thing if it ain't got that swing. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. I said don't mean a thing, and all you got to do is sing like la 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 do 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 do. Now it makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Just to give that rhythm everything you got. Oh. Bop. Bop, do, do, do. Bop. La, 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 do, 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 do. Bop. Bop, do, do, do. Bop. What good is melody? What good is music if it ain't possessing something sweet? Now it ain't the melody and it ain't the music. There's something else that makes this tune complete. Don't mean a thing. Don't mean a thing. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
It's Moneybox! Good evening! Good evening, 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 and welcome to Game Night on Saturday the 22nd of February. Hope everybody is doing well and enjoying the weekend, such as it is. I've got a manual here. Yes, BC, genuinely true. I'm not just making that up. Great to have you all with us. Hope everyone is keeping well and enjoying their Saturday so far. Hope you're keeping out of trouble and being splendid and wonderful as always. Let me say hello to you all. Who have we got tonight? Good evening, Mark and SJ, Matt the Sprat and JR. Hello to AB Me and Lupine and Geisens, or Jesus, if you prefer. Good evening, BC. Good evening, CJ. Good evening, Jogging and Fets and Shapes and Stilgar. Hello to Vegan Claps and Gamer, to Prues, to 8 Minky, to Lewis and Brig. Hello to Clive and Apodo, Samsa and a Run Colo and to Daru. Hello, Colin. Hello, Stinton's Angle. Hello, TVP. Hello, Porlister and Toot and the Tiggo and Cursed Toucan and anyone else who is lurking, loitering and lingering in the stream. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining what promises to be a super fun episode of Game Night this evening. We have just had Battlefront, as written by JR. Goodness me, what an exciting finish. Photo finish there between Cola and Shapes, but His Holiness Cola taking the medal and becoming tonight's Battlefront champion. Very well done to you. And very many thanks to JR for providing us with those questions. Right, you need to go in your basket now. Go to your basket and stay there. No, go away. Go to your basket. Stop looking at me with those doleful eyes and wagging your tail. You're a nuisance. Complete nuisance. Go to your bed. Go to your bed. Go to your bed. Don't shake your head at me. Anyway, the command for downloading the app was one of those. Probably. There's a link there. He is a complete nuisance. The problem is I've just stripped the bed sheets, so I can't just put him in the bedroom tonight because he'll lie on the unprotected mattress, which would not be the way to do things. Anyway, here's our first raid message. Adorable nuisance from Stilgar. That gets an early highlight from me. He is an adorable nuisance, but a nuisance nevertheless. So we have got two feature games at Game Night this evening, starting with this one. It's Moneybox. It's been written by Clive of Legend. It's been proofed by Lewis, and should be a huge amount of fun. I've made some changes to it. Principally, the end game has undergone some changes. It's basically I'm not completely rewritten it, but slightly completely rewritten it. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. I did talk through with a run last night and today, so very many thanks to him for his input to this. And yeah, it's I'm curious to see what you think of it. The key difference is that there are now 10 questions in the main game and 2 in the final, so we get to see all 12 of Clive's questions tonight. But we still keep some interest and some jeopardy and some intrigue and mystery right the way up until the end. But yes, a new end game. You'll also notice the studio has been stripped back slightly. This is on account of the fact that I discovered that this asset had not been remotely optimized, and that when I had all the panels on the wall, it was like 80 million triangles and 4,000 batches being rendered every frame. So that's quite a lot of triangles and batches. So I've gone through it sort of piece by piece, model by model, and taken a look. There were a load of screws in the set that were taking up like 20 million triangles. There was a DJ table at the back of the audience, which you couldn't even bloody see. That was like 6 million triangles. So yeah, it was a bit ridiculous. For a point of reference, Distinction had about at its busiest moment has about 1 million triangles going on. So if I put the stats up for a minute, you can still see it's not ideal. I'm still rendering 14.5 million triangles, but I am now getting a relatively steady 60 FPS, just slightly under. Yeah, down to 1,200 batches. So yeah, it's done a bit of optimization. 20 million triangles of screws. Yeah, 20 million triangles of screws. I like that. Quite a lot of triangles, indeed. Welcome on in, Ryasu as well. Great to have you with us. So yeah, so it's all change all round basically, but it is still the basically the same format that you know and love. If you want to play in the hot seat, a reminder that you do need to be in the Discord and you need to have a microphone so that you can come and have a bit of chat with me. We'll pick players one at a time, so I'll pick one player and then you will pick your second player who you want to play with. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you think of it. Once again, grateful to Clive for providing these questions and to Lewis for proofing them. And a little bit later on, we're going to be playing The Abyss. Questions will have been written by Aruna, once again proofed by Lewis. Lewis on triple proofing duties this weekend, and to whom I'm incredibly grateful. So yeah, Abyss coming up a bit later on, courtesy of Arun. But starting off with this is Moneybox. So last opportunity to come and join the lobby if you want to play in the studio. And I should probably go and join the broadcast studio and switch on my webcam, such as it is. So now I've got 5 different views of the same thing, and I'm hoping now it's been optimized, it's going to manage itself. Some point this week, ahead of the charity stream next week, I need to figure out what's going on with Voice Meter, because at the moment I don't know if you get sound or not in the studio. We will find out. I'm guessing not, because I'm not actually sharing the screen with you. That's probably why. I'm sharing a webcam. But also we had some hot mics on Thursday night where Sam and Jack were being heard when they shouldn't have been. Hopefully that's not going to be an issue tonight, because whoever comes to join me will just be here immediately. So I think without any further ado, 5 different views of the same thing. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we've got going on. My Trader, welcome on into the stream. Great to have you here. I've had 4 rate messages so far, and I like them all. So it says I'm going to have a difficult decision later on. Right, I've talked long enough. You are going to your bed. Go to your bed. Go to your bed right now. In your bed. No, I don't want to. Okay. One little bit of stream, doggo. Come on then. Little bit of stream, doggo. And then we will begin the game. Here is Stream Pupper, and he's going to sit here for a bit. Oh, stop it, Zeus. Hello. Hello, dog. Yes, everyone loves you on stream. Certainly everyone loves looking at you. Look how cute you are. Oh, yes. Just want some fuss. Watching from Drag Bingo and didn't have sound. He did not doing hot mic buzz. What? Slightly out of focus, dog. Yeah, I had a shave this week as well, for anyone who's interested, or possibly even yesterday. Right, I think that's at least 2 or 3 times round the loop. So I think, without any further ado, we need to pick our first player, who will then pick our second player. Let's pick somebody to play Moneybox tonight. Or let's lock the lobby first of all. I forgot I have to press it twice. Let's lock the lobby. Let's pick a player. Inca, my dude, welcome on into the game. You are our hot seat player this evening. Pop yourself down. Oh yes, jump on the squeaky thing. Oh, I can see that frame rate is chugging. Let's see if it holds together. Fingers crossed that it does. Inca, make your way down to the green room. Lewis will give you a little sound test, and then we'll have you in the game. Can't choose to fight me. No, it's a team game. This is. Zeus, welcome to the stream as well. Hope you're keeping well. Lovely to have you here. Who's Inca? Oh, sorry, Inisk. Inisk, I suppose, is the proper name. Oh, wow, hello. Hello, Inca. Hello, Inisk. You all right? Pop your send into the green room. Welcome to the stream, and only welcome to the stream as well. Yeah, we'll see what you make of Clive's Moneybox questions. And a great deal of fun will be had, I'm sure. I see an Inca in the green room, so hopefully all the sound is okay tonight and just works. That's it. Yes, you destroy your basket, but ideally not my green screen. Okay, he's taken into sleeping on it upside down, like flipping it over and then lying on it upside down. Here's a message from our sponsor, Shapes.
To quote the hot mic sage of Democratic Services, Jack Wilfred, I literally said, "Where did Sam go?" just as we got that call.
I don't understand, but thank you very much for the 50 months there, Shapes. Goodness me, that's a lot of months. And huge support. Thank you very much indeed. Most appreciated. Yeah, he's flipped his basket over and he's sleeping on it upside down like a silly, silly little sausage that he is. Where's this Inca character? I see him in the green room. I'm hoping he's going to appear in the broadcast studio before too long. Hot dog over easy. Yeah, very much a hot dog over easy. Aha! Inca, good evening.
Hello.
Lovely to have you here. You are live on Twitch at Game Night. How are you feeling about that?
I think it's been quite a long time since I've been live on Twitch at Game Night, actually. I can't remember when the last time was.
It might have been about a year ago during a little game called Face Off, possibly.
That's probably it, now that you mention it, yeah.
Could well be. Well, look, it's great to have you here. How are you game today? I know you've had a lot of quiz today already. Tell us more.
Yeah, well, I went to the OQL Individual Championship earlier today, which is for the hardcore / sad among the quiz community who like to, on a Saturday morning, trudge across town and go and sit an exam of 240 quiz questions.
And I hear you fared fairly well from what I saw of the results.
Yes, I did. I mean, better than I was expecting. It was tough going, but I placed I think 22nd was my final placing out of the quiz.
It's I mean, that's out of 180 odd, I think. So kudos to you there.
Good.
Now I have to ask though, 22nd in the OQL Super Nerds Grand Prix is an impressive thing. But if you win a life-changing amount of pennies in Moneybox tonight, which will be the greater achievement?
Well, I mean, with the prospect of a Twitch sub or whatever it is I might get, well, I mean that's more practical than a medal would be. I'll give you that. Then, so I'll give you that.
That's the most diplomatic answer I think I've ever heard in my life.
In a literal sense, it's more life changing. It will change more.
Okay, well, I hope that we're going to be able to deliver that for you this evening. But the first thing you need to do is pick yourself, if I focus on the right window, a partner. Now, the players that you've got as potentials are up there on the right-hand side. There, thank you to, I think it was Prudes for that recommendation. They're the players who didn't self-exclude, so you've got a choice of Lupine, Arun, Stilgar, TVP, JR, 8minky, Mark, Zeus, or Oni. It's up to you. Who would you like to bring into the game with you?
Tough choice. I will summon Zeus, if that is okay.
Zeus. Let's add him into the... I have to type Zeus's name into the Force player box, which sounds a little risque. But Zeus, you have been summoned by Inca. Let's see if the computer can actually manage to do that. Let's find out. There you are, Zeus. You have now been formally summoned to make your way down to the green. Oh, he's already there, getting a little sound test from Lewis, and hopefully he'll come and join us in just a moment. Upside down sleeping pupper. Indeed he is. He's very silly. Now, obviously, Inca, you've got your Universal Controller handy. You will need to keep that open because you will need it over the course of the game. And Zeus, hello!
Hello, you're right.
I'm very well. How wonderful to have you here. How is your weekend going?
My weekend is happening. By the way, when did you get a dog? You've never mentioned.
Oh, you. I don't know if you can hear that, but I've just pressed the John Burko order button.
I have no idea what you asked me with.
Oh, well, I just pressed the order button just in case. Yes, no, I've had a dog for some time now.
You should bring him on stream.
I definitely will. Next time there's an opportune moment and he's not sleeping, I'll bring him on stream again. Because, I mean, it seems silly that today is the first time that's happened.
Yeah.
Madness, isn't it, really? Anyway, you have been summoned by Super Nerd Grand Prix competitor Inca. And Zeus, Inca Zeus. That is the official title of that competition.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
Is this Love is Blind? Because I can't see him.
Yes, let's go. I mean, I have got a webcam option, but I'd need to give you a Video Ninja room and set it up, and my computer might have a heart attack if I do that. So I'm not going to do that. We'll just have to settle for your avatars for now. Now,
when
you
do I
two
get to
are...
propose?
No. I know this is a non-scripted format, Zeus, but I don't remember seeing your name in the non-script quite so often as it's appearing so far. So, but we're all good though. We're all friends. Now, you two are going to be working as a team to try and collect as much money as possible. Here are the rules of how to play. You're going to be selecting a coin to go into the money box, followed by a question category. Get the question right, and it adds the value of the coin to your jackpot. Get it wrong, and the coin goes out of the game forever. And beware along the way of the killer coins, because if you find a killer coin, it will cut your jackpot in half if you get the question wrong with a killer coin. You have to answer 10 questions in the main game, which is one more than the previous edition, but there are still 4 killers in the game, which means you are guaranteed to find at least 2 killers, but they don't mean anything unless you get it wrong. So there's a little bit of pressure, but you could stand to win 10,000 pennies each. That's slightly come down from last time because of how the end game has changed, which I'll explain later on, but you could be winning up to 10,000 pennies each tonight. Those are the rules of the game. I hope you're both ready to play. Hopefully you both got your devices ready, because you'll need to press various buttons, talk to each other, talk to me, and we'll all have a lovely time. Inca, Zeus, you ready?
Yep. Ready.
Okay, let's play Moneybox. And as always, we start with our categories, courtesy of Clive: Roller Coaster, Tycoon, Little Kitty, Big City, Mario, Tennis Aces, Bejeweled, Blitz, Ice Cold, Beer, Harvest, and Moon. Over the course of the beginning and the main part of the game, you need to answer 10 of those questions, saving 2 of them for the finale. Just a reminder, you will be answering all 12 questions, but the 2 for the finale are your endgame ones, and they are very important because they are the ones that will determine how much of your jackpot you take home. So, those are the categories, those are the values from 50 all the way up to 2,000 pennies available on each question. Let's go and pick our first category. Pick our first coin. And Inca, that's going to be you. Please put a coin in the money box. We're starting with the green coin on the left. In it goes. And Zeus, you're going to pick our first category. You've got 10 seconds to discuss it if you'd like. Time starts now.
Anything you don't want me to pick.
Do we want to sort of get the bad ones out of the way? Is that
Oh yeah, fine. Yeah. What are we really bad at? Tennis.
Tennis. Yeah, I don't know much about that.
Okay, Tennis Aces has been loaded in as the category. 2 options, here they are. Nick Kyrgios and Roger Federer. A question to go with that. Which of these tennis players served more aces during their professional playing career? Audience, you have 15 seconds. Inca and Zeus, you have 45 seconds to discuss, starting now.
I mean...
I didn't... I thought Roger Federer's career was much longer.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with
reason
that.
he would have more, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, logic dictates that, and I have no other logic, because I don't know much about Nick Kyrgios. I can't even pronounce his name properly.
That's audience time up. You have got a straw poll available if you want it.
I heard he's a prick. That's what I've heard people say about him. But
okay.
He's Australian, I know that as well.
Okay.
It's not that the two go hand in hand, necessarily.
No, but...
let's just go with Federer then, right?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay.
We're leaning towards Roger Federer here, are we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we'll highlight that. And just in time, because that is time up. Would you like me to lock in Roger Federer as your answer?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, let's see what the audience thought. They look like they're very much on your side here. 64% of the audience thought Roger Federer, 36% Nick Kyrgios. Let's see, was that the correct answer? Yes, it was. Good
Yay.
start.
Okay.
Federer's number 3 of all time, 11,452 aces, whereas Nick Kyrgios is way down at number 39 with 4,699. So quite comfortably, Roger Federer by a margin. Now, 4 killers still in play. All 12 money values are also there. Let's see what we brought to our money box on this first question. Let's take a look. Okay, we're off the mark. 150. 150,
Yay.
not to killer. Obviously, we want to get the killers out of the way as early as possible, when possible. But we've still got 4 in the game, and we've still got 7 non-killers. But it's cash. It's a reasonable amount, 150. Let's add it to your jackpot. Okay, the third lowest value in the game, but it is a value that you would need if you want the perfect game of 10,000 pennies, which is what you could get. Not dissimilar from 10,000 Maniacs. Now, on we go to... Actually, it's completely different from 10,000 Maniacs. That's a band. Shut up, Ben. Go back to the board. Time to pick a coin. And Zeus, your turn to pick. We're going for the right-hand side green one. That's loaded into the money box. 10 seconds to discuss the category. Then, Inca, you're to pick.
Was there any that you sort of didn't like the look of?
I mean, I don't really know what Blitz would be, but otherwise the other ones seem okay.
Yeah, Blitz might be World War II or something.
Oh, gross.
Decision,
I hate
please,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
I think let's just do that. Let's get
Okay, we're blitzing the blitz. Let's have a look at the options. Thinking it might be World War II related. Let's have a look. Hey ho, let's go is option 1, and Blitzkrieg Bop is option 2. Here is your question. In the Ramones song Blitzkrieg Bop, which lyric is sung more often? 15 seconds for the audience, 45 seconds for you to discuss. Straw poll still available, and your time starts now.
Do you have any ideas?
Well, I can hear the song in my head. It was in one of the Tony Hawk's games when I played that a lot when I was younger. They say "Hey hey, well, let's go" like repeatedly, like 4 or 5 times even at the start, and then they say it throughout the song. So I would have thought that would come up more, all things considered.
Audience time up. Straw poll is available.
I'm happy to go with you because like I can't think of the song. I can't play it in my head. So
well,
yeah.
I'm certainly not going to sing it for you, despite popular demand.
Oh, go on,
please.
go on.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm happy to follow your lead on this one.
Okay, I think it should be "Hey ho, let's go."
Hey ho, let's go. Just as the time expires, that's what we're going to lock in. Straw poll is still available. You can check to see what the audience said before you lock in. But if you like, I will lock in "Hey ho, let's go."
Let's go for it.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
And see what the audience thought. Again, very much the audience on your side. 83% are in agreement with you. Just 17% go for Blitzkrieg Bop. Let's take a look. Was that the right answer? Absolutely,
well
yes.
done.
Blitzkrieg Bop is 6 times. Hey Ho, Let's Go is 10 times. Is this the song that goes, since you're not going to sing it, I might be wrong. Is it, Hey Ho, Let's Go? Is it that one?
Yes, that is the one.
It's quite a punchy rhythm. Baby, 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 baby. Is that the riff? Hey. No, that's a different song entirely.
Right, yeah.
It's something like that. 8 Mickey saying, nah, that's another song about hoes. Okay, that's good to know. Now, still 4 killers in. We're on a right answer, so now's a good time to find one. But let's see if we can find some of that higher cash as well. Let's see. What did you bring to your money box? Oh, it's the top of the game. 2,000 pennies.
Wow.
Has been added in. Yes, it is the top of the game. Now, this is a little bit of a double-edged sword in a way, because whilst, yes, you've got the high value, it's quite early in the game, and there's still 4 killers at large. And remember, a wrong answer with a killer in the box does take away half of your accumulated jackpot. So we wanted to find it. Maybe we wanted to find it a bit later, but found it we have. And so let's add 2,000 to your jackpot.
Yeah.
2,150 is your current jackpot, and this seems an opportune time as any to check in with how the audience are getting on. We've had 2 extremes, and we've got quite a few on 2,150 here, a smattering on 2,000, a couple on 150, and 1, 2, 3 players yet to score. But that's fine, because we've still got lots of time, lots of questions, and lots of coins to go. But yes, quite a few. Off to a flying start with 2,150. Okay, let's pop back to the money box, and it's going to be Inca to select a coin.
Okay.
We're going for the top left red column there. Let's load that in. And 10 seconds to discuss a category before Zeus picks one.
Anything else that you wanted to get rid of early on?
Well, I would be hopeless on beer. Are you a beer drinker yourself?
I have drunk beer. I prefer other drinks, but I do drink beer. Should we go with it?
Okay, yeah, you're probably on your own, but let's give it a try.
Okay, well.
Okay, let's have a look at a beer question. Not that Zeus is appropriating a stereotype here as the drinker of the community.
Excuse me?
It's
the drinker of the community.
Are you
Is
the
that
drinker
my
of the community?
official title?
I don't know, you always just seem to use there was someone who I was going to bring in to phone a friend on an alcohol-related question. If it wasn't myself, it would probably be you. But let's see if
I think that's a compliment.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
I would say so. And Ape saying pot, meat, kettle, which is probably about right. Anyway, I'm going to bring myself out of this hole that I've dug myself into and show you some beer options. Australia and Ireland. Let's see where this question is going. In which of these countries does a higher percentage of road deaths involve drink driving? Audience, you've got 15 seconds. Players, you've got 45 seconds to discuss. And your straw poll is available from when you hear the ping that the audience time is up. Your time starts now.
I mean, this is grim.
Yeah, I'm reluctant to say anything. I'm just going to offend someone.
Does a higher percentage of road deaths involve drink driving? So specifically, the deaths that happen on the road due to drinking.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't really. I mean, I live on the island of Ireland, and I know people. I don't really hear about that happening. I don't think you tend to get that kind of sort of, carnage. Really, I think things are general. I don't know. I don't really associate that with Ireland, but
I feel like play on another stereotype. Australia just feels like more of the likely answer.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Well, you've got a straw poll available. Your time is up, so you can use your straw poll, or you can lock in one of the answers. What are you going to do?
I don't know if straw poll's going to be very helpful, so I say just lock in Australia.
I think so. Most people are just going to be kind of going on vibes like us, I think. So go Australia.
Okay, we'll lock in Australia. Let's see what the audience thought. Wow. Pretty close. Okay. The audience were just swaying towards Ireland, it turns out. Let's see if you were right or were plurality and majority of the audience right. It's our first misstep. Yes, it is Ireland. According to the World Health Organization, it's Ireland with 0.385%. compared to Australia's 0.17, and I'm just going to double check my other notes to make sure that is not actually. It has truncated though, so it's actually 38.5% in Ireland and 17% in Australia. So yeah, nearly half of all of Ireland's driver-related incidents are down to drink driving. Again, not that we're talking about stereotypes and Irish drinkers here, but. Clive has also added, terribly cheerful, I know, but sometimes quiz can be a force for change. Amen to that, Reverend Clive. Now, this is a time where we absolutely don't want to find a killer. We've avoided one on the first two. Finding one now would be quite bad, because we're a wrong answer. So ideally, we want a low value and not a killer. Let's see what you brought to your money box.
Ooh.
Okay, it's the second biggest remaining value, the 1500, but it's not a killer. So you keep your accumulated jackpot of 2150, but unfortunately that big old 1500 is going out of the game. I'm so sorry, guys, but still opportunity to earn some more. Let's say goodbye to the 1500. Up it goes into the ceiling of the studio. Yes, it does, because you didn't get it, so it doesn't go into your money box. So it gets expunged and sent onwards to a better life, where coins go when they are not added to the money box. So, we're still on 2150, and we need to move on to our next question. So, Zeus, next coin, please.
I'm really tempted to do really stupid deal or no deal, my grandfather was born in purple, so I'm going to go with that.
Go for the top right purple arm, we'll load it into the money box. 10 seconds to discuss a category before Inca picks one.
I'm honestly happy with anything you go for, really.
I'm sort of minded to get roller coaster out of the way. I just don't know much about it. Sorry, Clive, but I really don't.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
Roller coaster, it is staple Clive question. He does like a question about roller coasters. Let's see if it means anything to either of you. Space Mountain or Expedition Everest are your options. And the question to go with those: which of these Walt Disney World coasters have the longer average wait time during 2024? 15 seconds in the audience, 45 seconds for you. Straw poll is available if you want it, and your time starts now.
Do you know anything about Expedition Everest specifically?
No, I don't. I mean, I know Space Mountain is like the iconic ride that everyone's want to go on, so I might have guessed that'd be more popular. But
it's like the iconic one that's been around for ages, right? Whereas I feel like if I haven't heard, or both of us haven't heard of Expedition Everest, is it more recent and therefore potentially more popular, giving it a longer wait time?
Raw poll available.
Maybe, and it could be like one of these big long rides that it takes longer per ride, and therefore the average wait time's longer. So it could be.
I mean, it takes a while to climb Everest, so sure, yeah.
Yeah. If you get the realistic experience, yeah, I feel you'd be
you can go to space in like 5 minutes, right? Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's your time up. Straw poll available, or gonna go for an answer?
No, let's just go for it.
Yeah.
Everest.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Let's lock in Expedition Everest, and let's see what the audience thought. They're not with you on this. 80% thought it was Space Mountain. Just 20% thinking Expedition Everest. Well, let's hope that the audience are wrong on this occasion. Were you right? No, unfortunately not. The audience were correct. This is essentially a question of attendance. Magic Kingdom, which is home to Space Mountain, got 17.7 million visitors compared to Animal Kingdom, home to Expedition Everest, getting just 8.7 million. So yes, it's to do with which park is more popular. 32 minutes was the wait time for Space Mountain compared to 20 minutes for Expedition Everest. Okay. So it's a bad punt on that one, unfortunately, but it might not be a disaster. Let's see if there's a killer inside. What did you bring to your money box? There it is, our first killer of the game. And to add insult to already serious injury, it's the 500, which is one of the sort of the upper end of the middle of the board, which unfortunately won't be going into your jackpot. We will have to coin to your jackpot, but it's the killer that is going to take effect. And unfortunately, guys, you've just lost 1,075 pennies from your jackpot. Oh, you could have had such joy.
What a shame.
I just pressed the what a shame button, but you'll have to imagine JC Denton's dulcet tones. Let's take that off your jackpot. Down it goes, and we're down to 1,075. Yes, this is the audio description edition of Moneybox for the benefit of the players in the hot seat. Let's check in with the leaderboard, because we've had some interesting things going on there. We've still got a few people who look like they're on the maximum here. Fetz, Flyboy, JR, Marcini, Portister, and Shapes, all on 4,150. And then there's quite a spread of scores from that right the way down to 500. That's Apodo, CJ, and Pirate at the other end. Inca and Zeus towards the bottom end of the table at the moment, 1,075. But your luck can change very, very quickly in this game. So let's see if we can change it as we go on to the next pass. And we put another coin into the money box. Who's going to be picking it? It's going to be Inca.
Oh, well, my childhood dog was called Right Red. So that's the coin I have to pay.
That makes a lot of sense. Right, Red. Yeah. That is a lovely name. 10 seconds to discuss a category, and then Zeus, you're responsible.
I mean, should we just pick one that we like just for fun to try and
yeah, just for a change. Yeah, I'm hoping once we actually stop paying the ones that we know we're going to get wrong, we might do better.
Yeah, you like video games? Should we do Mario?
Yeah, I fear it won't be about Mario, but let's try it. It might be.
Let's fall into the trap.
Yes.
Okay, a little Mario trap. Let's see if it is indeed a Mario trap, or if you're going to actually have something pleasant. Let's find out. N64 or GameCube are your two options. It's a question that goes with it. Which Nintendo console's standard controller has more buttons and triggers? 15 seconds in the audience, 45 seconds for you two to discuss. Straw poll is still available, and your time starts now.
Right, the N64 has the A and the B, doesn't have X and Y, but it does have the 4 C buttons, whereas the GameCube has the C stick, right?
Yes.
And there's 2 trigger buttons and a Z on the N64.
Yeah.
Straw poll now available.
GameCube has just got the X and the Y, but because it's got the C stick, you lose 3.
Yeah.
And it's got a 2 triggers, and does it have a Z? I can't remember.
I don't think so, no. I think it's got the triggers. Like, I think it's going to be close between them, but I'm minded to say GameCube's slightly lower, like, because as you say, it's the C buttons and then the everything. And
yeah, so we'd want to go for more buttons would be N64, right?
I'm just being told, I've just get this from Lewis, that I've got a clarification that I need to read on this question, so I will give you just a little more time. Apologies, I didn't read this for the audience. It didn't come through on my console, so presumably it's in the notes afterwards. Just for clarity, this only includes individual buttons and triggers, not joysticks or D-pads, plus shaped piece often used to indicate direction. So just buttons and triggers, not joysticks or D-pads, just to clarify.
Right.
Buttons and triggers, but then to the C, because the C ones on the N64 are directional, but they are individual buttons.
Yes, it's not a pad. Like, there is a D-pad, and it's not on, like, on the GameCube, for instance. It's not. Yeah. So like,
I'd still go N64.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but that feels right. I think there's maybe like 10 on N64, whereas if I've done my quick counting right, and GameCube slightly less. So yeah, I think still stick with our answer.
Yeah.
Okay, N60. I don't mind giving you a bit of extra time because I missed that. Apologies, audience, for missing that qualification as well. I don't get my host notes debugged until after the question, which is probably something I should do something about. Someone who programmed the game might be able to do something about that. Anyway, we're locking in N64. Let's see what the audience thought. Remember, you have got that straw poll available at any point if you like. So that's something to think about. 45% of the audience think N64, more of them going for GameCube. Let's see if you are right and the audience are wrong, or if we're going to have another little moment of sadness. You are right, and the audience is wrong. Very well done. Yeah, there's 10 on the N64. Start, A, B, C up, C down, C left, C right, L, R, and Z. And on the GameCube, there are 8. A, B, X, Y, L, R, and Z. And start as well, to make a total of 8. And yes, that is not including D-pads or directional buttons. So, a correct answer. So we're back and going in the right direction. Let's see if now would be a really good time to find a killer. Let's take another one out of the game and hopefully bring a decent amount of money into your jackpot. Let's find out, what did you bring to your money box? Okay, we're back on track. 1,250 being added to your jackpot, which is really nice. Again, not a killer, so there's still 3 killers out there, and we are now halfway through. We've had 5 out of 10 questions. We've only unearthed 1 out of 4 killers, so they're still there on the other side. The likelihood of finding one as we go into the second half of the game is obviously greater, but we're going in the right direction. Let's add 1,250 to your jackpot.
Nice.
We go, 23.25 is what the jackpot currently stands at, and there's still some big values up there. The 1750 still there, the 1000 still there, the 850, the 650, all of those good values still there, and we're yet to find any of the lowest values, so we're still in a good place. Could do with finding some more of those killers on some right answers, but let's see what we can do with this next question. First of all, let's pick a coin. Zeus, if you would.
Well, I have a picture of jogging on my desk, and he's on the left-hand side of the picture and wearing blue. So
we'll go for left blue.
Completely random.
It seems to work. Let's load up that blue coin, and Inca to pick a category after 10 seconds of discussion.
I'm hoping Moon will actually be about like moons in the solar system. I would be quite good on that, I think. How would you feel about that?
Yeah.
Others, I don't know what to expect.
Sorry, I got distracted because I actually realised I also have a picture of my boyfriend on my desk, and he's on the left, and he's wearing blue, and I definitely should have picked my boyfriend over jogging. Whoops. Let's just not tell him. Yes, so let's go with Moon.
Okay, well, we'll move on.
Right, yeah, I got distracted by a message on Discord as well then, so unfortunately I didn't press you. But we've gone for Moon. Let's take a look at our options. Longer options. As I stand out here in the wonders of the unknown at Hadley, I sort of realise there's a fundamental truth to our nature. Or, whoopee, man, that may have been a small one for Neil, but that's a long one for me. What on earth could this question be asking? I did test this question before we went to broadcast. It was just to see how the text message would hold up, and they're doing pretty well. Let's take a look at the question. Which of these was said on the moon first? 15 seconds in the audience, 45 seconds for you two to discuss. Straw poll available, and your time starts now.
I recognise the one on the right as the guys who were in the mission straight after Neil and Buzz, for obvious reasons. It's Apollo 12, but I don't know who said it.
Okay.
I don't recognise the left one.
Right, well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, the one on the
Straw
left
poll now available.
Might have been someone on Apollo 11 then.
As I stand at the wonders of the unknown at Hadley. What is Hadley?
That's a good question. I don't know, to be honest.
There's so many more people who came after Apollo 12, right? Because it's 2 in Apollo 11, and then you've got the other 10. I would rather go with right, as knowing that it's Apollo 12, that there is more chance that the left-hand quote was said afterwards.
That's your time up.
I think
let's have a
makes sense
decision.
from the North perspective.
I'll go with the Whoopi one.
Whoopi Man, that may have been a small one for Neil, but that's a long one for me. Reminder, your straw poll is still available. You don't have to use it. You can't use it in the final, by the way, your straw poll. But it is there for any point you want a sense of what the audience is thinking. But let's lock in Whoopi Man and see what it does to my text messages. Okay, it's just about managing. And audience on your side for this one, 76% agreeing with you there, just 24% going for the unknown at Hadley. Let's take a look and see, is that a correct answer? Yes, it is.
Nice.
Whoopi Man, they were Pete Conrad's first words on the moon during the Apollo 12 mission. The other ones were Apollo 15 Commander David Scott's first words on the moon, so a few years later. Good decision, good reasoning there, and it would be a good time to find another killer at this point, because it's a correct answer. Let's see, what did you bring to your money box? Why does the set have a socket on the left? Because studios need power. Okay.
Oh dear.
It's about as bad as it could be, considering we got a correct answer. It's 100, which is the second lowest value in the game, and it's still not a killer, which means there are still 3 killers out there for the final 4 questions. Which is slightly scary, but it's still a positive result, a net positive. Let's add 100 to your money box. 24-25 is the total we're at after 6 questions. 3 killers left in, 4 questions to go. Now is the sort of time you're going to want to start thinking about which 2 questions do you absolutely want to leave to the final, and I'll explain the final rules just before we get there. Let's check in with the audience at this stage as well. We've got Marcini, Paulister, and Shapes out in front with 5,500. Fetz, Flyboy, JR, Blobby, Fetz, Flyboy, and JR on 4,250. Blobby and Cola and Mark on 4,100. AB Me, Ralph, TDR on 4,000. You guys 24-25, so still in the bottom half of the pack, but again it's going in the right direction, and we've still got more cash up there on the board. Let's see if we can get a little bit more, unearth some of those killers, and hopefully find some right answers to go with them as we go back to our money box. Inca, it's your choice.
Where's the story?
Well, I mean, it's so moving to me, I can't even see. My great uncle's last words to me were, left purple.
That seems like a very sensible way to go then. Left purple. In it goes. 10 seconds to discuss your category. Zeus, you're going to be picking.
Oh, I mean, they all look alright. I mean, Tycoon's going to be like rich people who suck. So, you want to get rid of them?
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Let's get rid of all rich people with this question. Let's take a look at your options. Theopophetus or Duncan Bannatyne are your options. Sounds like it could have some fire in it, this question. Let's take a look at it.
Ooh.
Which former dragon on Dragon's Den invested more money during their time on the show? Remember, your straw poll is available. Audience 15 seconds, players 45 seconds. Your time starts now.
I did not ever watch this program.
Duncan Bannatyne was on later than Theopophetus. I don't know if he was on longer. Duncan Bannatyne was an original one.
Yeah,
Theo was also. I think they were both original. Yeah.
I agree. So if Duncan Bannatyne was there later, then he
straw
must
poll
have had
available.
more time, more episodes.
Yeah. Theo. I don't watch it regularly, but Theo was not there when Duncan was there in later seasons. I know that. I'm sure of that. Right. So we'll go Duncan as more likely to have invested more money.
Yes, like, assuming that roughly they'll all over time have invested the same amount of the time, then I think that's the sensible guess.
Yeah, okay.
Straw poll is available if you want to use it, but if not, are we leaning towards Duncan Bannatyne?
I think we've got logic. We'll take a chance on this one.
Okay, we will lock Duncan Bannatyne in, and we'll see what the audience think.
Oh gosh.
They don't agree. They quite vociferously do not agree. Theo Paphitis has 70% of the audience backing in, Duncan just 30%. Well, let's see if your logic is good or if the audience were correct.
Okay.
The audience, yeah. Now, this is interesting. Bannatyne was on the show for a little longer, but only had an average of 1 deal per series. Duncan Bannatyne, famously, he never invested in anything, whereas Theo Paphitis had an average of 2.5 deals per series. This is obviously not adjusted for inflation. Theo Paphitis, 1.449 million. Duncan Bannatyne, 745,000. So, it was... a straw poll there could have been helpful. I must keep reminding you about that straw poll because sometimes it can be useful sometimes. But no help now. Let's see what we brought to your money box. Okay, we've got off lightly there. It's the 850, which is one of the bigger values in the game, but again, not a killer. That could have been disastrous for you there had that been a killer. But we've managed to avoid it. There are still 3 killers in the game, but unfortunately we have to say goodbye to that 850. Jack's also saying to us, when are they going to sack Stephen Bartlett? I actually must be one of about 5 people in the world who doesn't hate Stephen Bartlett. Welcome to the stream, Jack. I have listened to a few episodes of Diary of a CEO. It's one of a handful of podcasts that I listen to on occasion. Clayton, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Now, 3 questions left. 3 killers still in the game. We have to brace ourselves for the very real possibility that all 3 of these final coins could be killers. You've got just shy of 2,500 in your jackpot at the moment, and really be thinking about which questions you want to take forward to the final, and if you want to use that straw poll at any point. For now, first things first, let's put a coin into your money box, Zeus.
So, I was going to a job interview, and I was running late, and on my left was an orange, and the orange was really hungry. It was like, I need some food, and I was like, I'm going to be late. I had to go and get the orange some food, so I did, and I turned up to the interview late, and I opened the door, and I said, I'm sorry I'm late, and guess who the interviewer was? You're right, it was Right Blue.
Goodness me, I hope you got the job. Right Blue goes into the money box, especially after all that. JR saying, Zeus, are you high?
Yeah, always on life.
Absolutely. 10 seconds to discuss a category, and then Inca, you've got the decision.
Like, are there any that you do want to take to the final, like, specifically?
I mean, I like cats, but...
Me too.
Sure, yeah, and then cold will be about temperatures, which may be like conversions of like temperatures and stuff, so that might be okay. So the other 3, I'm not too bothered about. We can get rid of them.
What are we
okay. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Let us get rid of Harvest, because what's that even going to be?
Yeah.
Okay, Harvest is loaded. Let's take a look at the options. Wheat or corn? Fairly typical harvesty options. Let's see what the question brings. Which of these crops did America produce more of by tonnage between 2019 and 2023? Audience 15 seconds, players 45 seconds to discuss. Straw poll is still available if you think it would be useful, and your time starts now.
I mean, wheat's used for what, bread, pasta.
Yeah,
like, I can't think of anything else. Yeah.
Worldwide, wheat is much more produced than corn is. I don't know if that scales to the US or not, because obviously
straw poll now available.
I mean, we've got this. Should we? I mean, I think that going with the global statistics would be better. But did we want a straw poll? We do still have it, or do you want to go with the global?
I feel like, I mean, sorry if I'm doing the audience disservice, but I feel like it's another one that no one's like going to specifically know. They're just going to be kind of vibing it. So like maybe save the straw poll for another one where people will actually know.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay, right. So
what are we going
wheat
for?
Yes, yeah, wheat sounds good to me.
Wheat. Okay, let's lock it in. And
Oh god.
this is what I was just saying that. I thought I can't say anything because I can see the answers coming in real time, and there was a lot of green from the audience on that one. And I've maybe spoiled it a little bit for you there because 84% went for the correct answer of corn. Yeah, 364 million tons annually on average. The US is the largest corn producer in the world, as it happens. Conversely, only 48 million tons annually of wheat on average.
Okay.
Well, I was sticking by it. No one knew that. They all just got lucky. We're just
maybe. It's academic now. The best we can hope for here is to find one of the 2 remaining non-killers and the 50. That's the best thing you can hope for. I mean, the odds are against you, but stranger things have happened in this game. Let's find out. What did you bring? What did you bring to your money box?
It won't be a killer. It'll be the 50 and no killer.
Well, there's a 50 in it. But there's also a killer in it. It's a 650. It's not the top of the game. It's one of the lower ones, but it is unfortunately a killer. Yeah. It would have been nice, but I think the odds are against you. You're more likely to find a killer than not there. Oh, it's so sad. Unfortunately, that is another killer, and that's taking 1,212 pennies off your jackpot. What a shame.
What a shame.
On the plus side, it has rounded up for you, the RNG this time. We're up to 1,213 in our jackpot, but here's the thing. We've got 2 questions to go, and there is still the potential to bring another 2,750 pennies into this jackpot, if you can pick correctly. 2 of those values are also killers, and then 2 of the categories you're going to bring on to the final. So, before we go on to that, let's take a look at the audience scores. Marcini and Paulista and Shapes with the lead of 7,000. Fetz, Flyboy, and JR 5750 in second. Mark in third with 5,600. You guys way down at the bottom. But all of this could change. If you find some killers and some of those top players get them wrong and some big values, you never know, these scores could all change before the end. Let's go to our final pair of questions before we go into the Moneybox final. And let's start with a coin. Innes.
I heard Left Orange was saying mean things about your family, Inca. Don't pick it.
I can't believe Left Orange would do that to me. I thought it was my friend. I'm going to have to just pick Right Orange to spite it.
Right Orange, and it goes. 10 seconds to discuss your categories. Remember, you might want to think about your final categories at this point. Zeus, you've got the ultimate pick.
So yeah, we're happy with, reasonably happy with Little Kitty and Ice Cold being our final 2, right?
Yeah, I think they're about as good as it gets. Yeah, so I'm not fussed between the other 2.
Oh, Big City it is.
Big City it is. Let's take a look at some options. New York City, USA, or London, UK. Those are both big cities. Let's see what the question says. Which city sees more cycling journeys made per day? 15 seconds to discuss, 45 seconds to discuss, 15 seconds for the audience. Straw poll is still available. Use it now or next or not at all. Time starts now.
I mean...
I mean, I could be wrong about this. I was under the impression that, sort of, people mainly just use transported cars in American cities. More like pedestrian and cycling, not as much of a thing.
New York is also split up into loads of it's got Manhattan Island, and then it's different stuff. And you don't see bikes going over the bridges, do you?
No.
And the amount of times I've almost been hit by cyclists in London, it just feels like there's more.
It feels like there's more of a culture for it. I mean, obviously there are fewer people in London, but I still feel like that's right.
Yeah.
I am aware of the straw poll existing, Ben. Just to be clear, I haven't forgotten it.
That's fine. You're free to not use it if you don't want to.
We don't like them. No, I didn't say that. That was
Inca. Time is up. What are you going to do?
We're going to go London.
Okay, let's lock in London. See how the audience thought about that. See, they would have confirmed it with a straw poll there. 75% think London, 25% think in New York. Now, I thought this when I saw this question as well. London, you tend to get more of a cycling culture, but of course New York has more people, doesn't it? So more people in New York than in London. Let's see if the balance tips in New York's favour, or if indeed the cycling culture of London prevails. Indeed, it does. Yes, in fact, more than twice as many in London. 1.33 million journeys a day compared to 620,000 a day in New York. These are according to each city's corresponding transport agency. So we're good. Penultimate question before the final, and we're in a good position. Now would be a great time to find a killer. You've got a 50-50 chance of finding one, 2 killers and 2 non-killers left, and there's quite a disparity on the coin values, 50, 350, 1,000, or the 1750. It'd be great to get one of those 2 big values in at this stage and take out one of the killers. Let's see if we can do it. What did you bring to your money box?
I'm not manifesting it, but it is going to be the 50 and no killer now.
You're half right.
Oh! Yay!
It's not a killer, but it is the
Excellent.
top of the game, 1,750. That's going to more than double your current jackpot. But it does mean there is a 2/3 chance that you are going to pick a killer for this final question. So that might sway which category you end up going for. You might want to play it safer rather than saving it for the final. That's a decision that you guys have to make. For now, let's put 1750 into the money box. Sorry, I just thought I'd throw that in there, just to, you mix
I just saw Jogging's comment in chat and it made me giggle.
what have they said now? Expedition Everest had a longer queue when I was at Disney World.
I think his
Indeed
stream
it
might
did.
be a bit behind.
Possibly, it might be a little bit. Okay, guys, here's the score. You've got 1 question left. Bejeweled, Little Kitty, and Ice Cold are your category options. There's 3 cash values, 50, 350, and 1,000. And there's 2 killers still in play. If you find a question now that you feel you're going to struggle on, and it's a killer, you're going to cut your jackpot in half from nearly 3,000 to just under 1,500. Conversely, if you find that 1,000 and you get it right, you're going to go up to nearly 4,000 that you're going to be playing for. It's a big decision on this. So the question is, do you want to save your strongest questions for the final, or do you want to play it safe, take a stronger question now, just in case you bring a killer to your money box? That choice is yours. Let's pick a coin, Zeus.
Well, I mean, as I said before, I think Left Orange is such a mean, horrible coin for saying such horrible things. Oops, I clicked it.
Left Orange goes in. We'll find out if it's a mean and horrible coin in just a little while. 10 seconds for a final category discussion, and Inka, you've got the ultimate choice.
I think the ultimate revenge would be going rogue and picking whatever you'd like, Inka.
Yeah, I'm not going to let it get to my head. I think we should just stick with our system, because I mean, any of them could be anything really. But
I mean, yeah.
We'll stay to our guts. Bejeweled, maybe it's which of these gems is blue or something.
Okay, Bejeweled it is. Let's take a look at our options. Hope Diamond or Kohinoor. Hope Diamond or Kohinoor. And I have got a clarification on this question that I will give you after I've delivered the question. Which famous diamond is heavier? This is the current versions of these diamonds that we are talking about. You have got a straw poll if you want to use it. You've got 15 seconds in the audience, and you've got 45 seconds to discuss. Your time starts now.
Fine, I guess we'll use the straw poll.
Yeah.
I will let you know as soon as it is available. Audience are still answering for now, and it will give you a percentage of the players who answer. Not all of the players. It won't count abstentions, just so you're aware.
I think...
Straw poll is now available.
Yeah, let's straw poll.
Yeah, straw poll, please.
Okay, let's take a look and see what the audience think. They are leaning very heavily towards Kohinoor, 68% versus 32% on the Hope Diamond.
That kind of matches up with my thoughts of that the Hope Diamond is famous, but and is more well known, but Kohinoor, it probably is. I mean, why is it? I don't know. I just feel like the Hope Diamond's like a trick answer, basically.
Maybe, I don't know, because I mean the Kohinoor's has been his kind of historic, I think it's like part of the Crown Jewels or something. It's been around for a long time, but yeah, I don't know whether that means it's heavy or not. But
time is up. I am going to need an answer.
But if we go with Kohinoor, then we can blame the audience if we lose. So,
I like that.
That's
Gonna go with the straw poll.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, let's lock in Kohinoor.
Specifically.
Well, 2963. The audience, 68% of the players who answered went for Kohinoor. Were they and you correct? Yes, they were.
Wow, Abe, I can't believe you picked Hope Diamond to throw us off.
So these are the current versions. The Kohinoor Diamond, 105 to 110 carats, compared to the Hope Diamond, 45.52 carats. So, again, more than twice the size. So,
wow.
We can breathe a sigh of relief because we are getting at least 3,000 tonight. I think we were on 29, well, just shy of 3,000. So the worst case scenario, if this is a 50, we could be getting up close to 4,000 if this is right. It doesn't matter if it's a killer or not. I really hope it's the 1,000. Let's have a look. What did you guys bring to your money box?
50, 50, 50.
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it is the 50, I'm afraid. But it was also a killer, so you've done some damage to anyone in the audience who got that one wrong or abstained.
Good.
Whilst getting it right yourself. So maybe that might give you a bit of a swing on the leaderboard. But let's add 50 to your jackpot. And it has just taken us over the 3,000 mark. So today, gentlemen, you are playing for 3,013 pennies. Not a bad day's work. You've earned it, but can you keep it? That is the key question. Before we go into the rules of the final, let's see how the leaderboards look. Paulister has the lead with 8,800. Fetz and JR are in second on 7,550. Mark is in third on 7,400. Those are some big scores, and all of these could translate directly into pennies. That's how this game works. It's the life-changing amount of pennies sort of game. So if you're doing well now, you could be about to get a very, very nice windfall into your penny bank. However, we have got to do the Moneybox final, and I have not yet explained this to you, so I'm going to do so now because it has changed since last time. And audience, up until this afternoon, you were going to be playing a very different game, and then I decided, after sleeping on it, I didn't like it, and the audience are now going to play the same game as Zeus and Inca. Here's how it's going to work. No more coins, no more killers. The money values are now set. There are 2 questions remaining. You are both going to answer both of them. You are still going to be working as a team. However, we are not going to give you any feedback, not from the audience, and not whether it was right or wrong immediately. You'll lock it in, and that's it. We will then go on to the next question and lock that one in. At the end of the game, once we've had both questions, if you've got both of them right, you will win today's jackpot of 3,013 pennies. Same applies to the audience. If you get them both right, you win 3,013. If they're both wrong, then you lose your jackpot and you get the pity pennies, which is 25 pennies for every question you got right. If you get one right and you get one wrong, we will tell you you've got one right and one wrong. You will then have a choice. You can either take the money, which will give you half of your jackpot, to keep with the throughput of halving the amount, or you can gamble and you can change one of your answers.
Gamble.
And then the same thing will apply. So, audience, your game will happen slightly ahead of the hot seaters, just because if you see if they are right and you've got the option to switch, then you know which one to switch, obviously. So I will ask audience, once we get to the position where you've got the option to switch, please no spoilers in the chat, particularly for our hot seat players. So keep it to yourself until the leaderboard is shown at the end. I would be grateful to you. You both happy with the rules?
Yeah, all I heard was gamble.
Okay. And yes, Prudes, you are playing for your total. Good luck. Let's go to the Moneybox final. So the first of our 2 remaining questions was Little Kitty. Let's take a look at the options. Ragdoll or Sphinx? Which of these cat breeds was registered more often worldwide during 2023? 15 seconds in the audience, 45 seconds for you two to discuss. No straw poll available. Your time starts now.
Ragdolls are kind of the in thing, right? Sphinx are ugly.
Like, yeah, people don't really want those, do they? Like,
yeah.
I feel bad for them, but like ragdolls are the cute little kind of, cuddly ones, and like Sphinx are the ones without hair. So I mean, I feel like, yeah, I agree. I think ragdolls are kind of trendy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're thinking ragdoll?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Okay, we will highlight it ready. I can move on with the game, but I'm just going to wait for the time to run out, just in case it breaks anything, because I've not tested that feature with this new endgame feature. But audience time is up, and obviously we're not going to have a straw poll. We're not going to see what they said. Locking in Ragdoll?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, Ragdoll is locked in. Let's go to our second question. We will return to that later on. The second question was on ice cold. Some people not getting the question. Code to rejoin BC is... Someone write this in chat. RMGK. Oh, AB Me's got it. Thank you. RMGK. Right, second question on ice cold. Options are 34 hours or 34 days. And the question? By what margin did Raoul Amundsen beat Robert Falcon Scott when they raced to be the first person to reach the South Pole? 15 seconds in the audience, 45 seconds for you, and your time starts now.
This is days, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was as close as...
No.
Because, they would have stayed at the camp for a while, like Roald Amundsen's friend. They wouldn't have just, gone there for a day and then left. So, I agree, yeah.
Cool, yeah. Days it is then.
We're going 34 days.
Very quick.
No, that's fine. That's a good sign. It shows that you're confident. And I need to invent a little button that just speeds up the clock, rather, because probably the easiest way of doing it, speed up the animation and the logic rather than trying to continue with the game while the clock is still running and cause all sorts of breakages on animations and stuff. So we'll just give it another 5 seconds. 34 days.
I can say all the mean things that Left Orange said about Ink. Oh, we've run out of time.
You've run out of time. We'll have to save that for another time. 34 days?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yes.
let's lock that in. So, audience, audience, when I press the Q button next time, if you've got both right, I think it tells you at this point. If you've got both wrong, it will tell you at this point. If you've got one right and one wrong, you'll get a screen asking you if you want to swap and which one you want to swap. There is a button that says bank. There's a yellow text on it that says bank half your jackpot. You can press that, and that will bank half your jackpot as well. If you abstain, it will automatically bank you. Okay? So if you abstain on this question, it will automatically get half. Okay? And if you fail to lock in one question, then it will be marked as wrong, and you'll know which one to change, BC. That is a slight loophole, but I did the combinatorics on it earlier on, and it is still a 50% chance. So if you got the other one wrong, then you've lost anyway. Okay? So that's something to discuss perhaps later on. So, and again, no spoilers in the audience until after the resolution. Here is what we've settled on. Which of these cat breeds was registered more often worldwide during 2023? You said Ragdoll. By what margin did Raoul Amundsen beat Robert Falcon Scott when they raced to be the first person to reach the South Pole? You said 34 days, as opposed to Sphinx and 34 hours. First thing we're going to check as soon as the audience game concludes, and I should get a little note as in my console as soon as that time is up, unless I put it in the wrong function, which is not beyond the realm of possibility. There we go. Audience answers concluded. So, audience, you now know. No spoilers in the chat, please, because one way or another, you should now know what has happened, unless you've had the option to swap. Very curious on feedback to that, because it's a new, very late added feature. Guys, this could be the end of the game. If they're both wrong, or they're both right, that will end the game here and now. If one is right and one is wrong, you've got another decision to make. I really hope that both of these are right. For 3,013 pennies, were you right? Yes, you were!
Yay!
Well played
Nice.
indeed. Yes, so the Ragdoll, the cats, this is according to the number of worldwide registrations with the Cat Fanciers Association 2023. The Ragdoll was first place, very cute with striking blue eyes, and the Sphinx was way down in 10th place, famous for being bald, hairless, and absolute slapheads. As to the other one, it was 34 days. It was December the 14th, 1911 for Raoul de Munson, and January the 17th, 1912 for Robert Falcon Scott. Or possibly the other way around if I've muddled my trivia there. But you don't care. Absolutely the right answers. Very well done. We don't get to go to the swap. And I'm very curious to hear what the audience thought of the swapping mechanic, and we'll find out how they got on with the scores in just a minute. Let's check in with the leaderboard one final time and see where you finished in the end. Right slap bang in the middle with 3,013.
All they aspire to be.
And we've got some medalists up at the top as well. Stimpson's Angle taking the bronze with 5,900. Ralph taking the silver with 7,300. And Fetz taking the gold with 7,550. Very well done to you three. And that value that you see next to your name, that is the pennies that you have won for this game. So huge congratulations to all of you, particularly to our top three there. A big windfall of cash. And yeah, happy days indeed. I look forward to the feedback from everyone in the suggestion channel in the fullness of time. But those are the scores for now, and I hope you liked the new endgame. Zeus, Inca, it's been a bit of a roller coaster of a session, but yes. I hope you've finished off in a happy place.
Yes. I'm glad we got our sort of messy era out of the way early, and we can end on end on this note.
Well, I'm going to say the roller coaster's not over yet because I brought a steel ball from home. Does that mean anything? Do I get all the money? Please.
I'm afraid I can't authorize any more money, but you win my admiration.
No, I didn't do it, Inca. I didn't do it. I didn't translate it. I swear. I promise.
Gents, it's been a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to go and roll the credits. I hope to see you for the Abyss in a few minutes, but if not, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And thank you very much for playing.
Thank you for having me, and thank you, Clive. That was a lot of fun.
Thanks,
cheers,
Ben.
guys. Take care.
Hey.
And yes, indeed, thank you very much to Clive for providing those questions and to Lewis for proofing them. And that clocked in around about an hour again, which is about what I expect it to be. I hope you all had fun with that. I really like that new endgame format with the swap mechanic. I know we didn't see the swap mechanic in the hot seat game. Maybe we'll see that at the charity special next Saturday. But yeah, big props to Clive for some really, really lovely questions there. And very well done to Inca and Zeus coming out with 3,013 pennies. Hello, TV channels, please buy this format. It's quite good, isn't it? It's quite compelling. Anyway, I'm gonna stop having visions of someone coming to buy the format, but let me know your feedback in the suggestions section of the Discord. If particularly interested in hearing from players who got the option to swap. And yeah, consolation pennies, 25 pennies times every question you got right. So you always get something. That's how I ended up with some of those 150 values at the bottom. That's it for Moneybox. But we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to be playing The Abyss as written by Arun Aromatics. Some really lovely questions, again, proofed by Lewis tonight. I do hope you will stick around for that. Adverts coming in if you're not subbed, but if you're not subbed, we won't start the next game without you, so don't worry. But I'm going to play some adverts, so 3 or 4 minutes, so you've got an opportunity to go stretch your legs, get some more snacks, get some more drinks, nip to the loo if you need to, and we'll be back with even more trivia this game night in about 5 minutes' time. Thank you again to Clive for those questions. Congratulations to Zeus and Inca, and thank you all for playing. You've been watching Moneybox. See you shortly. So, I hope you had fun with Moneybox. We've got some Electro Swing coming up for those of you who are subscribed. For those of you who are not subscribed, don't worry. We'll play some adverts, but we'll be right back with The Abyss, as written by Arun. The game night continues right here on twitch.tv/royal_flush. Take this opportunity, get some drinks, get some snacks, and we'll see you very shortly for even more fun this game night. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
People all over the country. Come on. I want you to meet a great new star.
Sonnenschein und dann mit dir im Wald allein. Weiter brauch ich nichts zum Glücklichsein. Wochenend und Sonnenschein. weiter brauch ich nichts zum Glücklichsein. Wochenend und Sonnenschein. Über uns die Lerche zieht, sie singt genau wie wir ein Lied. Alle Vögel stimmen fröhlich ein. Wochenend und Sonnenschein. Wochenend und Sonnenschein und dann mit dir im Wald allein. Weiter brauch ich nichts zum Glücklichsein. Wochenend und Sonnenschein.
Well, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Enjoyed that a lot. A little bit of feedback coming in the suggestions channel, which I appreciate. And I will take under advisement and consult with both Clive and Arun on that. Say it was Arun's initial idea gave me the seed of the idea when we last played in the suggestions channel. And then he nudged me on Friday afternoon and say, what's, because it was, he was like, what's the shape of the Moneybox endgame going to be? And I hadn't planned on making any major changes to it. And then I thought, I probably should, because I wasn't entirely happy with the endgame as it was. So that ended up being Friday until like 1 o'clock last night, and then most of today doing the finessing to that. I'm really glad I did. And a run for his sins of making the suggestion got to listen to me ask him questions, and then had him in a call at about 12:30 last night. Say, right, does this look right? And then yeah, but I'm glad I did it, and I hope it's an improvement. There might be some minor tweaks to still be made, but I do look forward to your feedback on that. Conradlak, Pyro Pygmy, welcome both of you to the stream. Great to have you with us. Now. Time for a bit of no, go to your bed. Okay, fine. Since I'm on big cam, you can come and do the continuity with me. Come on then. Here he is. One thing I do still need to do is do some more optimization of that game, because it is still causing things to chug, though granted not as much as it was last time, but still a bit. Now, things what are going on in and around the world. Well, Bash started up I think I said season 17 last time I was on, which was a mistake, because he's actually just started season 16, but season 16 is going to be quite condensed in much the same way my season 17 is being quite condensed. But he started season 16 last night, which I caught a bit of, and it was really good fun actually what I saw. So that was Equation Grid Snap It Up and Secret Fortune last night. So season 16 for Ash is up and running. Let me give him a shout out, by the way, because I see he's making things at the moment and posting them into his server, which I'm going to go and react to later on. But Ash also makes interactive quiz games for Twitch using Hackbox principally. And he streams on Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 PM GMT. So if you want to go give him a follow, because you like the content here, you'll like it over there as well. So he's going to be here on Wednesday next week. He's doing a bit of a chill stream. He's floated the idea of doing some what's it? Open TTD, Transport Tycoon Deluxe, I think it is. Basically, sort of a transport micromanagement game. In the sort of ilk of Roller Coaster Tycoon and Environ. So that's with Ash next Wednesday. That's February the 26th. And on the next Friday, he's got legally distinct word scramble game that isn't legally distinct word scramble game beginning with S that isn't Scrabble. Which is on his Friday warm-up, and then his main game is going to be Redacted, which is an original format of Ash's. So do go give him a follow. Lots to look forward to. And the other side of the online quizosphere. Sleegly, yes indeed. Thank you for that, Abe. I've really got to update to the new control system soon. Yeah, that is on the to-do list. But what is taking a priority at the moment is getting things ready for the charity stream, which is next Saturday. Before that, though, on this channel right here, you've got next Wednesday, which is sort of the soft season finale. Next Thursday, I beg your pardon, which is going to be the 27th of February. We've got Plinko, Distinction, and Danger Zone next Thursday. Plinko's been written by Fluffy Bunny. Distinction has been written by Oni. And Danger Zone has been written by Lewis. We're also going to have the penny prize draw on Thursday. So all those pennies you've been earning this season, they'll go into the prize draw on Thursday for a chance for you to win some lovely prizes. Yeah, that'll be happening next Thursday. So it's sort of the soft finale. The actual formal, on paper, by numbers finale is going to be next Saturday. But next Saturday is a bit of a special one because it is Game Night's 5th birthday party next Saturday. I know the actual birthday was back in January, but parties take time to prepare. So, next Saturday, mark your calendars, because I'm going to be streaming all day, starting at 10 a.m. I'll probably go live a bit before that, but starting at 10 a.m. we've got Plinko. We've then got Danger Zone, Moneybox and Red Herrings, Battlefront, The Purge, The Mole and Risky Business, taking us through to the early evening. Crossfire is scheduled for 5. We've got a face-off match at 5:30. The Abyss, which we're about to play in a moment, is on at 6:30. The Hive makes an appearance at 7:30. Hacker is then in at 8:30, The Escape Artist at 9, Buzz Off at 10, and Distinction ends the night, on paper, at 11 o'clock. I'm not planning on going much later than midnight because I've got stuff to do the next day and a very busy week the week after. But that's the plan. That's the plan and the schedule and the timings. There will be some giveaways that I'm going to do. There will be rewards for donating certain amounts. There will be incentives for reaching certain milestones because, of course, all that we're raising money for special effects all throughout the day. So any money that you donate through the Tiltify link, more information of that will be coming forth in due course. I think it might be there. There's a QR code to it already, but there's nothing on the page yet. I need to do that at some point this week. But it's all raising money for special effects. So even if you can't make it for the whole day, if you're free for a bit, just pop in for an hour or two, or just do a lurk, leave us on in the background if you fancy that. It's going to be a great fun day. It was certainly a lot of fun last year. It was about the similar sort of time actually last year. But that's next Saturday from 10 a.m. twitch.tv/royal_flush, raising money all day for special effect, with some mass multiplayer games and some guest games as well. Some of the guests are still a bit of a secret to me as much as anyone else. But it will be really good fun, I promise. As soon as I've got any information that I can share with you, I will let you know. I will say that we're having Huds and Flage to play in Buzz Off. Huds and Flage, who we raid into quite a lot and raid into me quite a lot. Huds, you probably know. I've done collab streams with Huds in the past for his charity side of things. Both of those are guys that I've gotten to know during the last 5 years on this game night journey and fellow Twitch streamers. So it felt good to incorporate them. One of the games is going to be involving fellow hosts and members of the moderation team from the server. So there's a few different things. Obviously, one of them is going to be a sort of a Champion of Champions style affair. You could probably work out where this is going, and then there's maybe some other guests appearing for a couple of others too. So lots of really, really good fun happening next Saturday, so please do come along for that. I'm not going to make any apology for spending a bit of time banging its drum in the continuity side of things, because I really want it to be a really special day, and it will only be special if I'm joined by you wonderful people, so please do pop along if you can. That is all the continuity, so I think it's time for some more quiz. So Universal Controllers at the ready, gang, because we are going into our second feature game of the night. It has been written by Arun Aromatics, and for the third time today, it has been proved by Lewis. This looks like the sort of thing I'm going to have to give you an overview of what these categories mean. Lewis, I'm hoping, will be able to confirm that. So I might give you an overview of the categories before the categories are presented, but the first thing we've got to do is get into the game. So if you're all ready, hold tight, because we're off to the abyss. To the Abyss and the second feature game of this evening's game night. XLJF is the code you need on the Universal Controller if you want to come and play. Room for 40 players. Keeps moving his basket to right behind the chair, so I have to tuck it right in, which is quite annoying, but also very cute that he wants to be close to me. He's gone to sleep again, bless him. Anyway, I'm slightly worried about this the last couple of games because the Abyss is being my my test monkey for getting a new feature set up. It's a feature that's going to affect my end rather than yours. You probably won't notice any difference to it, but I'm currently working on an application that lets me control all of my games remotely, so I can build them rather than playing them out of the Unity editor. And it's got the control center built into it and everything, and it debugs the questions nice and big for me, so I can just read them straight off the screen rather than having a second sheet open. And the Abyss is what is effectively the simplest format, is the one that's being the guinea pig for it. So there's changes going into the Abyss which I'm about 98% sure I've caught all of them behind a use remote operator Boolean flag, which is currently set to off, obviously. The Ape Piss, what a name, indeed. Great name. We're nearly full. Goodness me, we've only got 2 more spaces, and then we'll have to get on. So, since it sounds like we're going to be full very quickly, this pack of The Abyss has been written by Arun Aromatics and proofed by Lewis T1. And welcome, Christopher, to the stream. Pine Mash as well. Welcome to you. Great to have you with us. We've got room for one more player, which is slightly frightening, but a nice problem to have. Am I going to have to reorganise these straps? So we've got 25 each side rather than 20 each side. I can see that if we regularly having a full lobby, yeah, that's something I'm going to have to consider really rather urgently. Hello, Ben. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you with us. Oh, very good, very good, very good, very good. There is room for one more. I will start the game before that slot gets filled if needs be. But it would be nice to have it filled. Now, Lewis has said that it might be useful to give the category explanation before. Arun has said that there is no need. I think that it will benefit you to hear these categories in advance, so I think I probably will. Arun favours survival of the fittest. There is also an interesting thing I will tell you about this question, because Arun mentioned it to me specifically and directly, and it turns out, as soon as he said it, I thought that's such an obviously brilliant idea. A little bit of boring behind the scene coding logic. Obviously, this game works. You get a set of 5 questions. You get like a block of 5, one from each category. Historically, what the game does, it picks an index. So if it picks like index 4, it takes the 4th question from each category. So the difficulty for each question historically has always been relatively level. So if you get question 9, the 9th index, you get 5 hard questions in a row, or 8, the 8th index, because the 9 and 10 are the last 2. Anyway, you know what I mean. What Arun has done is he has randomized the difficulty of the order at source, i.e. in the question pack. So each block of 5, whilst you'll still get one different one on each category, they won't all be the same relative difficulty. So yes, it's a random difficulty, but you still get the blocks of 5. The first question will still always be the easiest in each one as well. That's something that's worth adding. But yeah, I think that's going to make it a much more interesting game, personally, and probably how it wants to be moving forwards. Also on my list of to-do things that's tied in with this remote operator thing that I've got going on is that I want to completely redo the templates for everything, because when I put the Moneybox one together, I realised it was so much better. It's possibly a bit big, actually, but it's so much better and more flexible, and Moneybox is 12 questions, so yeah. But yeah, anyway, not over. Yeah, it's a first indeed. First part, a bit of dance if an easy block came at the end. Yeah, that's a really valid point, Shapes. In the same way that the last 2 questions, the questions that go into the final, are now no longer necessarily the 2 hardest of each category, because that also led to sort of slightly anticlimactic finals where people get in and they get all the questions immediately wrong, and it's over after 4 questions. So hopefully the last 2 won't necessarily, or the questions for the final won't necessarily be nails. Right, I've rabbited on long enough. There is room for one more player, but we will leave that to the anytime entry strap, unless actually this person who has just joined, I'm going to follow their instructions depending who it is. Someone has just joined with a name that I'm taking as a prompt, but I can't do it until they validate who they are. And now what you've done, the irony here, is that you've made me pause waiting for that person to validate. You don't need to apply for writing question packs in Spotlight TVP, you just write them. Go on then, Jack. Good man. You just write them. You need the question writer roll in the Discord, and then you'll be able to get the template and submit questions. Are you... so I've got one player in limbo. Yeah, they've said, Ben, start the game, which I will, but it also looks like someone has joined, but hasn't validated, and I don't know. I can't boot them. It's not... they're just sort of floating. I don't have a boot command, so to speak. So it might be someone has just joined on an incognito and they can't validate it because they're already in the game. So the irony of whoever that person is has actually made me stall longer. And it might mean that someone else might not be able to join as a result. We might be locked out at 39 because they've now gummed up that final slot, effectively. Although, actually, no, maybe not. No, not on the universal control. You don't need to log in with Twitch. You need to validate through Twitch, but I get a log when someone joins, and then I get a second log when they validate. So at the moment they've joined, but not validated. Right. I'm going to lock it up, and we'll stick with 39. And whoever that is, if that is what you've done, if you've gone incognito and joined with a second account just to send me a console message, shame on you. Right. Here's how to play. 40 questions across... It's your time you're wasting. Across 5 different categories. As ever in the Abyss, use crossword clues to help you because spelling matters. After 5 questions... Sorry. Excuse me. After 5 questions, 9 players will be selected to join the Abyss Arena. The more questions you get right out of the previous 5, the more chance you have of getting into the arena at any time. Inside the arena, wrong answers or abstentions cost you a life. 5 consecutive correct answers earns you an extra life up to the maximum of 3. Exhaust your lives, you fall into the Abyss, and you're out of the game. And a player from the wings will replace you. After 40 questions, the 9 players who are in the Abyss Arena will go through to the Abyss Final. So those are the rules, and a quick overview of the categories before we jump into this, just so you are forewarned. They won't necessarily come out in this order, but the categories I have are the same age as Ben. You will see figures involved in a piece of media or the lyrics to a song. The piece of media will be from 1988, making it the same age as Ben. Identify the piece of media. That's your first category. Next category, split the G. You will see a clue to a word. The word will have an odd number of letters, and the middle letter will be G. Identify the word. Thanks, Mai. Appreciate that. Next category, geographically named. The gaps are filled in each case by something geographical as indicated by the brackets. Hopefully that will become self-explanatory. Out of this world is a category. You will see the name of an object in the solar system. Only the letters S, P, A, C, and E will be shown. The rest will be blanks, or more accurately, asterisks on your devices. Name the object. And finally, green fingers. You will see a clue to an answer. All of the answers will be shades of green. Simply identify the correct shade of green. So those are your categories. Same age as Ben, split the G, geographically named, out of this world, and green fingers. Hopefully that is forewarned is forearmed. They do sound like a lot of fun, and I wish you all the very best of luck. 40 questions to go, 15 seconds for each one. Let's play. Starting with split the G. Team sports split into the codes of union and league. 5 letters. Remember, there'll be an odd number of letters. The middle letter will always be G. Of course, rugby. Nice easy one to start with. And to the next. Out of this world. Planet with 5 letters. So you're going to get an object from the solar system. Only the letters of the word space will be shown. No, Topper. No, I can't do that. Tipster, welcome to the stream. And how old am I actually? I'm 36, JL. Earth was the answer to that one. Yeah, 30. I'll be 37 in August. Next one, The Same Age as Ben, i.e. 1988. Dustin Hoffman, Tom Cruise, comedy drama. Remember, it would be lyrics or a clue to a piece of media. 4 and 3 letters in this. And this film apparently came out the same year I was born, 1988. It is Rain Man. Not quite as many getting that one. A Tube Gun. Was that 88? I thought that was 1990. I might be wrong. Next one, Green Fingers, birthstone for May and traditional 55th anniversary gift with 7 letters and a line break apparently. At Emerald. And your final category, geographically named, the lady with the lamp, blank Nightingale. The blank is named after a city. Give me either the blanked out word or the whole name. 8 or 811. Of course, they're after the Italian city Florence, or Florence Nightingale also accepted. That is the first pass. Let's bring some players in. Flyboy joins us with 5. Mark joins us with 5. The Ape Piss joins us with 5. Bologna Nightingale. Bologna Nightingale, yeah. Ralph joins us with 4. Shapes joins us with 4. As to the Ape Piss. Marcini joins us with 2. Brig joins us with 5. Cola joins us with 5, and for those interested, this is a weighted advantage, so if you got 5 right, you get 5 raffle tickets. If you got 2 right, you get 2 raffle tickets, so the odds are higher the more you get right out of the previous 5. Zeus joins us with 5. Let's get on to the main part of the game. Geographically named, American author of The Glass Menagerie, Blank Williams. Named after a US state. Give me either the state or the full name. 9 or 98. Tennessee is the answer. Well done if you spelt that right. Well, T-E-N-N-E-S-S-E. Tennessee. Tennessee Williams. Out of this world. E blank 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 P-A moon. 6 letters. Or satellite if you prefer. Jerry, welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you're keeping well. Tennessee indeed. That's Europa. 4th largest naturally occurring satellite of Jupiter. Europa. To the next. Same age as Ben, 1988. I tried to discover a little something to make me sweeter. 167. After the name of the song from those lyrics. It's A Little Respect. Is that Aretha Franklin, I think? Well done if you got that one right. Let's have another. Green Fingers, The Blank Book, Rudyard Kipling work. You tell me the shade of green that goes in the answer. Mr. V, welcome on in. Great to have you with us. Jungle, that is the Jungle Book. Marcini, you've dropped into the abyss. You're out of the game. Thank you for playing. To be replaced by Clayton, welcome on in. Here's another question. Split the G along with the id and superego, the third part of the human psyche, according to Sigmund Freud. You'll have an odd number of letters, in this case 3. The middle letter will be G. Oh, respect was Aretha, my bad. That's the ego, the id, the ego, and the superego. Remember that, just in case that happens to be a thing at any future quizzes that might be coming up. Geographically named, founder of Wikipedia, Jimmy Blank. And it's a principality, 5 or 5-5. Jimmy Wales is the answer. Principality or devolved nation. Brig, that's 5 right in a row. Very well done. You've got yourself an extra life. You are back up to the top flight. Well played. Out of this world. It's another planet with 7 letters. Not as many letters in this one. Mercury is what we wanted there. Very well done if you got that. Incidentally, is anyone trying to join the game and finding that they can't? I would be curious if that is the case. Split the G. Composition by Jess Bark, Toccata and Blank in D minor. Give me the blank. It's 5 letters and the middle letter is a G. And I'm afraid spelling counts. It's a fugue. F-U-G-U-E. Flyboy, you're dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Mark, the 8 Piss and Colo. That's 5 right in a row. All 3 of you back up to the top flight. Well played. Tigo comes to join the Abyss Arena on a score of 10. Welcome on in. Here's your next. Fugue you too. Green Fingers, first name of Popeye the Sailor's girlfriend with 5 letters. This is much more relaxed quiz than Moneybox. Moneybox is intense. This is intense for you, less intense for me, I feel. Olive oil is the answer. Most players getting that one right there. And the next. The same age, speak for yourself, the same age as me, 1988, John Cleese, Jamie Lee Curtis. Heist comedy, 1, 4, 6, and 5. Oh no, okay. Welcome on in, Tipster. Thank you for bearing out that test. There shouldn't be able to be anyone else come and join now. A fish called Wanda. Very well done if you got that. So I guess when players initially join, they don't... Yeah, that makes sense, because it's counting how many players are in the actual lobby, the actual game pool, rather than the lobby, the pre-game. Geographic name. Eldest son of David and Victoria Beckham, blank Beckham, New York Borough, 8 or 87. Allegedly, this is the borough in which they were conceived. That would be Brooklyn Beckham. So yeah, that's all good. So that player who did join, saying Ben, start the quiz, you now won't be able to get in, but I'm assuming it's someone who's already in. Split the G. Criminal mastermind in Dickens's novel Oliver Twist with 5 letters. That's Fagan. Oh hey, welcome to the stream. I know it's a lovely fact, isn't it? Welcome on in. Hope you're keeping well. Same age as me. Is it fast enough so we could fly away? There's some lyrics. Tell me the song from 1988 with 4 and 3 letters. I could fly away. Is it that one? Fast. You got a fast car. Zeus, you dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Matt comes to replace you on a score of 12. Out of this world, E blank blank S, dwarf planet with 4 letters. I'd say this is not one I knew the answer to. It's Eris, E-R-I-S, as in our friend Jerry. Brig, you've dropped into the abyss, you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Opsy comes to join us. Looks like he's in peril because he's all red. Yeah, I would have gone with Eros as well there, Clayton. Hello, Jerry. Hope you're well. Green Fingers, word that follows Scots in the name of a conifer with 4 letters. It's a shade of green. That's the Scots pine. Pine is what we wanted there. Yeah, all tickety-boo, thank you, Jerry. Oh, there's a noise. Ralph, that's 5 right in a row. You're back up to the top flight. Very well played. Out of this world. Mars rover. 9 letters. Only got a C and an S in that. Spelling's a little tricky on this one as well. Well done if you got it. Curiosity. Most of us getting that. Yes, well played. Yeah, I thought that was a harder one to spell. Moving on, geographically named. We're into the second half of the main game now. Winner of the 2019 Edinburgh Comedy Award, Blank Brooks. Named after a country with 6 letters. That is Jordan. Jordan Brooks. Tricky one there. Quite a few dropping out. Mark, Opsy, Tigo, the 8 Piss and Cola. All dropping into the abyss and out of the game. Thank you for playing. To be replaced by Pie and Mash on a score of 20. CJ Binks on a score of 9. Zeus on a score of 17. Rias on a score of 10. And Stilgar on a score of 12. Columns have been replaced. Let's go on. 18 questions left. Green Fingers, Commedia dell'arte character known for wearing a checkered costume. With 9 letters, it is a shade of green. Think into the DC universe for a little clue on this one. The answer is Harlequin. Matt and Clayton, you dropped into the abyss. You're out of the game. Thank you for playing. To be replaced by Colin on a score of 15. And No, aka Oni, on a score of 20. Something Palatre. Let's go on. Same age as me, 1988 is the year. Bob Hoskins, Christopher Lloyd, Robert Zemeckis. It's a fantasy, 3, 6, 5, and 6. Fantasy is probably the best way of describing this film. Noni, indeed. Hey, go. Hey, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Well, I don't know if you got that. On we go. Split the G. All of the works of a particular band or solo artist. It's 11 letters. The middle letter will be a G. Watch your spelling. That's a discography. CJ and Rias, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Thanks for playing. To be replaced by Toot on a score of 24. And Prugs on a score of 19. Split the G. Semi-aquatic reptile native to the Americas and China. 9 letters. It's an alligator. Alligator is the answer there. Sorry, Lewis. I wasn't. Yeah, I was touch typing. Same age as me, 1988. Clive Anderson, Stephen Fry, Paul Merton. It's Channel 4 Series 54226. I wasn't even looking at the screen that time, Lewis. Whose line is it anyway? Ralph, you've dropped into the abyss. You are out of the game. Thank you for playing. And it was indeed a radio series before that. Mark coming to join us on a score of 23. Green fingers, fruit traditionally used to make perry. Nobody likes them, Liz. Nobody even likes pears. Stop spouting your nonsense like a racist greengrocer. Still guy, you've dropped into the abyss, you're out of the game. You're being replaced by Clayton on a score of 19. Out of this world. It's a planet with 7 letters. Can you work it out? Most of us can. It's Neptune. No changes in the arena, except Zeus and Shapes getting 5 right in a row and earning themselves an extra life. Back up to the top flight for Zeus, Shapes back into the middle. Next one, geographically named. You don't have to say you love me, singer. Dusty Blank. US state capital, 11 or 511 if you want to give me the full name. Springfield. Dusty Springfield. The geographically named thing. Author of Confessions of an Heiress, Blank Hilton. Named after a city with 5 letters. 5 or 5, 6. David, welcome to the streamer, dude. Hope you're keeping well. That is, of course, Paris Hilton. Most of us getting that. Just a couple getting it wrong. 5 right in a row for Oni. You're back up to the middle flight, giving you a bit of breathing room. We're into our final 9 questions of the main game. Same age as me. William G. Stewart and Sandy Toksvig quiz show. Not William G. Stewart and Sandy Toksvig themselves. 723 or 221. Aye, 15-1 is the correct answer. It appears on Bash's stream from time to time, so you could get your itch scratched there, perhaps. Jack Colin getting an extra life after 5 right in a row, back to the middle flight. Split the G, 1990 Madonna UK #1 single with 5 letters. The middle letter will be a G. That's Vogue. Oh, was it? Special place in your heart then, Jack. 7 questions left. Green Fingers. First name of paralegal played by Julia Roberts in a 2000 film with 4 letters. It's a shade of green. Erin, as in Erin Brockovich. And no, I don't think 15 with the numbers and 1 with the word would have scanned Stilgar. That's why you've got to use the crossword clues. Shape's getting 5 right in a row, back up to the top flight, with 6 questions left. There's a nice easy one for you. Dwarf planet with 5 letters. That, of course, is Ceres, or 4th largest moon of Uranus. Final 5, then. Same age as me. Children singing Christian rhyme, 9, 3, and 4. I'm not going to sing it, but this is the first one that's come up that I feel confident I could. I might sing it at the end. I'm afraid spelling is going to count. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme. 5 right in a row for no. Back up to the top flight with 4 questions to go. It's a nice place to be. Split the G, noble gas with atomic number 18. 5 letters, middle letter is G. Middle letter is G. Tips. Yeah, Cliff Ritzer was 1988. For that, Christmas number 1, I believe. That would be Argon. Argon. 3 questions to go. Clayton getting 5 right in a row, coming back up to the top flight. Who's in danger? Still everyone in danger with 3 questions to go, but let's see what happens after this one. Out of this world, it's a moon with 8 letters. Bad luck, mate. That's Ganymede, the largest moon of Jupiter. No eliminations there with 2 questions to go. Middle flight and below could be eliminated. Geographically named, fashion expert on Netflix series Queer Eye, Tan Blank, 6 or 3-6. Named after a country. Tan, France. And Colin, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out of the game. Bad luck, falling at the final hurdle. Proust getting 5 right in a row, back up to the top flight. And a Podo comes in to replace that Colin to guarantee a spot in the final. Just Oni looking to hang on with this last question. Green Fingers, a facility where money is coined. It is a shade of green with 4 letters. Only Oni potentially stands to drop. Sam, so you know that word is banned. I'll time you out if you use it again. Mint is the answer. I know you mean it in jest, but even still, it's banned for a reason. Mint is the correct answer, and that is the end of the main game. Whew. So, high scoring, has to be said. There's ship in a bottle, you deny, man. It's sure he is, because the context of the first half of the first sentence and the second, yeah. It's not rigged. It is just RNG. It's just how lotteries work. It's the same reason that when we do the penny prize draw, it's not the top 10 penny earners who win the prizes, because that's not how RNG works. Yeah, but in all seriousness, I know you mean it in jest, but just don't, because some people might not read it as such, and if people are new and they there are suggestions that it might be rigged, it's deeply upsetting. I'd be grateful to the honourable gentleman. Because I've quoted John Burko, I should probably play him as well. Right, at the end of all that, we've got some very high scores here. Almost everyone on the left-hand side has got 30 out of 40 or higher. Rugged, I'll take that. In the Abyss Arena, though, we have got our 9 finalists. Pymash on 38, Toot on 38, Zeus on 33, Mark on 35, Shapes on 37, Apollo on 26, Prugs on 33, Clayton on 29, and Noni on 33, but that is indeed only half the story, because now those 9 players have to battle out to keep their columns and see if they can go on to survive the Abyss. Here's how to play the final. You'll face up to 10 questions across those same 5 categories. They will now be displayed in a completely random order. You won't necessarily get 5 different categories before repeats. Players in the Abyss Arena have had their lives refreshed. They're all back up to 3. Gameplay's the same as before, except extra lives are no longer awarded, and players who drop into the Abyss will not be replaced. Last player left standing is declared the winner. In the event no winner has emerged after 10 questions, the winner is the player who is higher up their column. And in the event of a tie, the player with the highest score is declared the winner. And in the event there is still a tie, then there will be 2 winners. It has happened once, relatively recently, I think, actually. But I think only once. So, score better, yeah. I mean, you are at a disadvantage if you've got a lower number coming into the final, but if you have a better final and you can stay higher up your column than the rest of the players, you can still win it. But yes, survive the questions is the aim of the game at this point. Good luck to you all, and keep answering if you're playing in the wings, because of course pennies are a thing. 10 more questions this game night. Here we go. Starting with Out of This World, it's a dwarf planet with 8 letters. And I'm Hundo P going to pronounce this one wrong. It's probably the first fluff of the evening. Is it Make or is it Maki? Marky. How about that? Never knew that. Green Fingers, second word in the title of a 1966 Simon and Garfunkel album. It's a shade of green. It's also one of exactly 4 herbs that I use on a regular basis. It's sage. I use exactly the herbs listed on the album. Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Unless I'm cooking beef, in which case it's just salt. Same age as me, 1988, from Bissau to Palau in the shade of Avalon. 7 of 4. What is that? Oh, of course. Sail away, sail away, sail away. It's Orinoco Flow. A Podo and Proogs, you've dropped into the abyss and you're out the game. Thank you for playing. Orinoco Flow was the answer. Split the G. American company founded in 1896, best known for producing batteries. 9 letters. The middle letter will be a G. Because we've got a multinational audience, we accept it with a Z or an S. It's Energizer, and there is the bunny from Lupine. Energizer was what we wanted. Geographically named, author of The Iron Heel, Jack Blank, named after a city with 6 letters, 6 or 4 6. Also wrote The Call of the Wild, it's Jack London. Most of us getting that, well played. Halfway through the final. Let's press on. Green Fingers, duck of the same genus as the mallard. 4 letters, it is a shade of green. Landon. Landan. Absolutely. Teal is the answer. Oni, you've dropped into the abyss, you're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Two, Mark's still in the middle, everyone else on the bottom who's survived. 4 questions to go. Out of This World, it's a moon. A moon. Ariel, so I'm assuming is a moon of, is it Neptune that's got all the Shakespeare characters? Zeus, you dropped into the abyss, you're out of the game. 3 questions left. Geographically named, left back who became manager of Leyton Orient in 2017, Justin Blank, named after a UK city, 9 or 6-9. That's odd. It's just in Edinburgh is the answer. Shaped and Pie and Mash, you dropped into the abyss, you're out the game. Thank you for playing. Everyone on the bottom rung with 2 questions left. Toot, Mark and Clayton. Split the G, a sentence containing every letter of the alphabet at least once with 7 letters. There's the Edinburgh clip that we're after. That's a pangram. And we've got 3 players on the bottom rung with the last question to go. Advantage with 2 if he can get it right. It's the same age as me. Craig Charles, Norman Lovett. It's a sitcom with 3 and 5 letters. And it's Red Dwarf. And that is the end of the game. Clayton, Mark and Toot all survive above the gaping hole of the abyss, but Toot with 46 out of 50 is our Abyss champion tonight. I'm going to do the little customary thing that I do when we have survivors who aren't winners, so to speak. which is that on Q mesh? Yes, there it is. Doo-doo. There we go. My little custom that I do. I like to do that in real time. Too, and in fairness, also Mark and Clayton have survived the abyss. Let's just make it a smidge bigger, maybe 50%. There we go. And it just reanimates the mesh every time as well. So yeah, very well played there. And Toot getting the most questions out of anyone, 46 out of 50. Hello! Fludge in Lounge. Thank you for the raid, my dude. Welcome on in, Raiders. This guy, Fludge in Lounge, he is a GTA speedrunner. Connors, welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. Fludge. Might be spontaneous spotlight time. Might be a bit. I don't know. We've still got a big old audience if anyone wants some more quiz. Connors, Raven Zones, welcome to the stream. Fludge in Lounge is a GTA Vice City speedrunner. I think you've been playing Borderlands today, is that right? Hello, mate. How are you keeping well? Fludge in Lounge will be joining us next Saturday, almost exactly this time next Saturday. It's scheduled this time next week. Fludge in Lounge will be here again at 10 o'clock playing Buzz Off against HUD's 601. Who is also streaming at the moment, and there is a non-zero chance they might raid us as well. So, yeah, maybe we'll do some spontaneous spotlight. Don't know. Maybe we'll do something short. I'll see how I feel. But yeah, Flage is coming to join us for the charity stream next weekend. How was the stream, mate? Hope everything went well for you. Thank you for that raid, and welcome on in, Raiders. Good scoring game there. Very many thanks to A Run for a cracking question pack there. Really lovely stuff. And very many thanks to Lewis as well for proofing. Triple duty tonight, Lewis. Very grateful to you for your efforts. All good this side. It's been a fun stream tonight. A lot of stress in Moneybox earlier on, but the Abyss is much more relaxed for me. Half-size spontaneous spotlight. I probably could, actually. I could see if that's a thing I can finagle. Why not? A mini spotlight. I do fancy doing a little bit more, so why not? If people are up for that, we can do a bit more spotlight, especially since we just had a raid and that was going to be the last game. Well done. We'll convert those points into pennies and they'll pay out at a rate that is probably been showed to you already, but not to me, and I can never remember the rates that I set. Probably 10? 15? 10. So time to score by 10, that's how many pennies you get. So Toot picking up a cool 460 pennies there. Nice. Right, let's roll the credits and then I'll decide what I'm going to do on the big cam in just a minute. If people fancy it, I could do a little mini spotlight. I might do a 6-pack or a 4-pack actually, because I think I've got an odd number of packs and I want it to be a multiple of 5. So little mini spontaneous spotlight. Hey, could be fun. I'm going to roll the credits, come to the cam, and then make my mind up. Probably play some more adverts either way, because otherwise people get pre-rolls, which would be a tremendous shame.
What a shame.
What a shame indeed, JC Denton. Thank you again to A Run for those questions. Well done to everyone who managed to get some points out of that, and congratulations to Toot. You have survived the Abyss. Thank you to Evelyn Glennie, and the last notes of the Abyss main theme fade out. A Run, great pack there, really lovely stuff. Enjoyed watching that play out. Really nice to get that over to the new controller before we play it again. I'm going to leave the build open. Now, a lot of raid messages coming in. I need to pick one. Do people fancy a short game of Spotlight? It won't be a full 10 pack. It might be a 4 or 5 question pair. If people fancy that, especially if you just come in on the raid, you fancy some quiz. Flyers could be good for you. If you've got a raid and run, go do post-stream stuff, that's fine as well. But if you want to stick around and get some practice in ahead of next week, it'd be great to have you here. So, if people fancy that, I think we could do a little bit of spontaneous spotlight just to wrap the night off, but it'll be a shorter game, probably about half an hour tops. Want to be done just by 11. So, I'll play some adverts. Apologies if you just joined from the raid, but I've got to play some adverts here so that pre-rolls get disabled during the main substance of the game. So, adverts, about 2 or 3 minutes of adverts coming in now. If you subbed, you'll get some Electro Swing. And when we come back, we will have a spontaneous game, first time for a while, of a mini spontaneous game of Spotlight. I do hope you can come and join me for it. Should be great fun. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
bumped that control by accident. You'd be mincemeat by now. What have I told you?
All right, I guess I wasn't thinking.
You weren't thinking? You mean you'll work on engines and machinery and not think of your own personal safety? Here, shake hands with danger.
Welcome back to the third and spontaneous final part of this evening's game night, where it is time for spontaneous Spotlight, VTLR, Spotlight Arcade we could call this, in and out in half an hour. I've set the game to only have 4 packs. There is still the maximum of 12, so it's potential we will only have 1 player in here. If they get in at the start and they do a good job, they could be staying here for the duration. It'll still give out medals, and there'll still be a leaderboard, but the leaderboard position will be a little bit sad, because it'll be a maximum of 4. But hey, maybe I'd need to put a marker by the name on the leaderboard and say it was arcade mode or something. I can probably do that. Just so that it's acknowledged on the leaderboard. But do come join the game, VTLR. If you're here from the raid from Flage, you'll need that universal controller right there. Do go and grab it. Do come and get involved. We're going to have 12 questions plus 4 in the final, so 16 more questions of Spotlight knowledge. There's enough of us here, and clearly enough of us wanting to play. 4 categories, so 4 questions in the final. Spotlightning, nice. If arcade mode takes off, we could have its cooldown game. Yeah, I mean, Spotlight was famously, in the past, it was used spontaneously if there was a raid or something, or if I felt like doing some more streaming, because it can be done without any prep, because the prep is done continuously as packs come in. So it is always there to be able to be done spontaneously. I've set this to 4 because I've got 19 unused packs, which means we're down to 15, which means we've got room for 1 more full game with swaps still available. So as ever, reminder, if you want to write some questions for this game, it requires 4 questions, 1 easy, medium, hard, and then a final one probably around the medium level. So 1 easy, 2 medium, 1 hard. On any subject you like, pretty much, within the bounds of decency. So yeah, it's a good spontaneous game. It would also work. It doesn't work quite well as a warm-up because it sort of needs a host, where it needs me to press buttons. So warm-up games conventionally run on their own. But yeah, there's enough of us here just for a little bit more quiz. Spotlight, nice, Mr. Vertigo. Proog's getting there as well. Spotlight light. I like the portmanteau of it. Spotlight, spelled L-I-T-E. Any other raid messages that I've got? I mean, the first 4 were brilliant. I've got adorable nuisance, quite a lot of triangles, 20 million triangles of screws, and 5 different views of the same thing. I've heard he's a prick, I quite liked. And yeah, nothing else has really jumped out at me until these last couple of Spotlight. And Hell's Kitchen Beckham, hashtag wanker, just coming in from Clayton now. Yeah, rugged number generator, I kind of like that one as well. So anyway, we'll give this just a couple more minutes and then we'll get going. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 28. Good number. Good number of players. So, yeah. Everyone ready? Rugged number generator just sounds like someone likes St. 14. I don't know what any of that means, Matt, I'm afraid. Right, let's get on with the game. Hopefully the change of settings won't break anything and it will just stop after 4 packs. I guess we'll see. Let's start by locking the lobby, and anytime entry is there with the QR code and the room code that you will need. Let's put a player in the spotlight. Is this Christy Mays is in the spotlight? Clive, welcome, welcome. Now, Clive, were you in the spotlight last time? Or am I making that up? I know we saw your questions and you said don't pick them. So the likelihood of Russian mountains coming up on the first pass here is now nil. But Clive, welcome to the spotlight. Wish you the very best of luck. Up to 12 questions. That's all we'll get in the game. And let's take a look at the categories board. Options are Songs of the Sea by Arden Fetts, Desert Bus for Hope by JR Plays Games, Kinky Boots by Colin, and Dungeons and Dragons History by Stilgar. Swap available if you don't like any of them. Songs of the Sea by Arden Fetts. Arden Fetts over there on the right hand side getting the darker blue border. There is still the graphical bug where if it changes player mid-category it won't relight the author, which I need to fix. But Arden Fetts, you won't be able to answer these questions, but you've just been credited with 100 pennies and you'll get 3 free points. Songs of the Sea is the first category, A, B or C on your devices, and here's your first question. While never settling on what to do with a drunken sailor, the lyrics are very clear on when, which is early in the morning, well before the dawning, as the sun is setting. 10 seconds. Love this question. I love less the underline not doing the animation on the question, but that's out of my hands. The text animator asset doesn't compensate for it, unless the version 2 does, and I've just not found it yet. But lovely question. While never settling on what to do with a drunken sailor, the lyrics are very clear on the when, which is early in the morning. Indeed. What should we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? 26 getting that one right. 26 out of 28. One of the ones who got it wrong, of course, being Unvets over there, who wasn't allowed to answer. Hooray, and up she rides. I always thought that was boo yay, rather than, but yeah, of course it's hooray. Boo yay, and up she rises. Nice start for Clive there. Let's go on to our second question in Songs of the Sea. Oh, it's gone. Good. Name from the Weller brothers, merchant traders of the 1830s. Wellerman traded provisions for what kind of catch? Was it oyster, crab, or whale? 10 seconds. For reasons that I can't quite explain, they're all lowercase. They should have been turned into camel in the proofing, but never mind. Correct answer. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, Pascal, not camel, will take us something and go. Do I mean Pascal or camel? I can't remember. One of them. I was getting this. It's a whale, anyway. Yeah, so the whole song is all about harpooning a whale, and one day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Whale is the right answer, no problem for Clive. He's going to get to pick the next category. Or let's have a third question on Songs of the Sea. Title case, thank you, David. The sea shanty Santiana, dating from the 1850s, is themed after a general of which nation that had fought a war with the United States a few years earlier? That's camel. Cool. Yeah, I was getting it mixed up with Pascal. Mexico, Spain, or Brazil? 10 seconds. The Pascal case is what I use for functions where all of them are capital but there's no spaces. Time. Correct answer. Mexico. No drama for Clive there. I have no notes to finish you with on the Songs of the Sea. But a strong start. 3 out of 3 for Clive. He's going to get to pick the next category. Let's go back to the category board. Desert Bus for Hope. Kinky Boots. Dungeons and Dragons History, and one new category for you. Pentatonics by Ardenfets again. Swap is available if you don't like any of them. Getting rid of Desert Bus for Hope by JR. Replaced with It's Otley, the town in Yorkshire by the Lupine one. It'll come back around, JR, don't you worry. Jesus Christ, Clive. No swaps available now. Pick one of them. We're going for Kinky Boots by Colin. Colin is not in this game, but we'll get 100 pennies in absentia. So 3 questions on Kinky Boots. I know one fact about Kinky Boots. Hope to see if it comes up. Colin had to leave early. Well, I'll let him know his questions got played out. I'm sure maybe he'll catch it on the VOD. His first. Based on a true story, where is Kinky Boots set? Berkshire, Northamptonshire, Oxfordshire. 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. It's in Northamptonshire. Just 12 players getting it right. Clive not amongst them, so we get the red border. Pressure is on to get the next 2 questions right. Northamptonshire, the correct answer. Let's have another question on Kinky Boots. Who played Lola in the 2013 Broadway production of Kinky Boots? Is it Billy Porter, Wayne Brady, or Matt Henry? 10 seconds. Fine. The only reason I would have known this is because of the 2013 Tony's introduction song sung by Neil Patrick Harris, which is just called Bigger? The answer is Billy Porter. Wayne Brady took over from Billy Porter in 2015, and Matt Henry played Lola in the UK West End production. But there's a line of it in it. It goes, the season's new recruits includes the cast of Kinky Boots. You know they're beautiful and buff as Navy SEALs. And you can bounce a quarter off the ass of Billy Porter. Lord, he does 6 shows a week in 8-inch heels. Hats off to Barry Gordy. He writes Motown like a boss. He dominates top 40 and he banged Diana Ross. He wrote his own libretto, which is really kind of ballin'. He took every Motown classic and he said, let's put them all in, make it bigger. Anyway, that's the only thing I know about Kinky Boots, so I would have known it was Billy Porter. Hashtag pen bigger. Right answer from Clive. Pressure's still on to get the third question right. If you want to pick the next category, let's take a look at it. Chiwetel Ejiofor, who played Lola in the film version of Kinky Boots, went on to voice which character in the 2019 remake of The Lion King? Was it Scar, Mufasa, or Zazu? 10 seconds. The idea of Chiwetel Ejiofor playing Zazu would be a bit strange. It's Scar, and it's not Zazu, I'm afraid, Clive. Zazu, if memory serves, I haven't got the notes on this. I think Zazu was John Oliver, and Mufasa, I believe, was the original James Earl Jones. Came back to do Mufasa, and yes, Scar was not voiced by Jeremy Irons on this occasion, but by Chiwetel Ejiofor. Bad luck on that one, Clive. You got 4. It might be enough to get to the final. We've only got 6 questions left, so we may see you for the Spotlight final in just a little while. But for now, I'm afraid you've been ejected from the Spotlight. Not bad, not bad. 4 out of 6 questions. Let's see if that can be bested in the next 6 questions as we put somebody else into the Spotlight. Stilgar, you are in the Spotlight. Press the button to confirm you're still here. Stilgar had a pretty good run, I think, the last time or the time before we played Spotlight, and managed to come out quite well on the leaderboard. Opposite corner from Ardenfets. The opposite corner from Mark as well. I've said Ardenfets because you've got basically the same avatar. But yeah, so right in the opposite corner from Mark down there. Stilgar 4 is the target set by Clive. And we start by picking a category. No, you're not picking your own. But I don't think you're able to. There was a suggestion by AB Me that I should automatically reshuffle that category out if a player comes in, which is a really good suggestion, but I haven't implemented yet. I don't think you'll be able to pick your own category, even if you wanted to. But you've got It's Not Leave the Town in Yorkshire, Pentatonics by Ardenfets, or American Idiot by Colin again. And you have got a swap available. You might be able to swap your own pack, or it may just not show up at all on your device. I think, actually, it's probably that one. Maybe you could tell me, does it turn up on your device? Did it turn up at all, Stilgar? The category doesn't show up, right? Fine, that's correct behaviour. So you can't even swap it away. Pentatonics by Ardenfets, who is again in the opposite corner, will get 100 pennies and 3 free points. So Ardenfets is on 6, but having not done anything, and probably on a few more if they got any of the Kinky Boots questions. Please don't hate me if I whiff this. Let's take a look at our first question on Pentatonics. Pentatonics debuted on which NBC reality competition exclusively for a cappella singing groups? Was it America's Got Talent, The Sing Off, or The Voice? 10 seconds. And that's time. Pentatonics have been around for ages, so I would have thought it's The Sing Off because it's the only one I've not heard of. And I'll be right, and I knew that because it said it in my console anyway. Yeah, Nick Lachey of 98 Degrees hosted the show, which ran for 4 seasons and a holiday special from, it was quite recent, 2009 to 2014. America's Got Talent would have started around the same time. The Voice, I think, was much later. Pentatonics appeared in season... Really? In season 3? As late as 2012, 2013? I thought Pentatonics had been around for ages. Mind you, that is over 12 years ago now, because... and time just makes fools of us all. It's a wrong answer from Stilgar, so pressure is on to get these next 2 questions right if you want to pick the 4th and final category. Let's take a look at the second question on... Yeah, I know, don't say that, Proogs. Oh, that makes me sad.
What a shame.
Here's your next question. Pentatonics won their first Grammy Award for a medley of songs including titles like Around the World, One More Time, and Technologic. Which group did they cover? Freeze Pop, Deadmau5, or Daft Punk? 10 seconds. And that's time. I would have got that from Technologic. The answer is, of course, Daft Punk. The only song I've heard of by Freeze Pop is from their album Future, Future, Future Perfect, which is Less Talk, More Rock. Rock spelled with 2 Ks. And I have a feeling I know it from Guitar Hero. Yes, I do. Here is the Guitar Hero video. And I think I really liked it. But yeah, it's the Guitar Hero, Less Talk, More Rock. Guitar Hero 2, yeah. It's and it's in this, happily enough, it's in the same key as the Spotlight drone. It's quite a good song. Check it out. Anyway, Daft Punk is the correct answer. Right answer for Stilgar. So if you get this one right, you get to pick the fourth and final category. Let's take a look at question number 3 on pentatonics. Member Kevin Olusola was recruited for the group partly through his viral YouTube video where he beatboxes while playing which instrument? Is it the harp, the piano, or the cello? 10 seconds. Oh, excuse me. Can't imagine how this would work, but it is the cello. I'm assured it's pronounced Kevin Olusola. Song's a cover of Julio by cellist Mark Summer. 15 players getting that one right. Still got managing to hang on, getting 2 out of 3. And we'll get to pick the fourth and final category. Cello is the right answer. It's not unusual. Very good. Right, let's go back to the category board for one more time. Swap is available, Stilgar, if you don't like any of the ones that are there. It's Otley, the town in Yorkshire by Lupine. Dungeons and Dragons, which you can't pick by yourself. American Idiot by Colin. And one more. A Beginner's Guide to Magic the Gathering by Jogging. We're getting rid of that top category and it's been replaced by Noel Edmonds by It's Otley. That's convenient, isn't it? It's Otley the category goes and it's replaced by a category by It's Otley. It's going to be A Beginner's Guide to Magic the Gathering by Jogging, who in their absence will receive 100 pennies. Yes, there's some Edmonds content lurking in the Spotlight database. I have to come back another time, see if it turns up. But we're going for A Beginner's Guide to... A Beginner's Guide to Spotlight. A Beginner's Guide to Magic the Gathering by Jogging. Pressure is on Stilgar. You've got to get 3 out of 3 if you want to guarantee a spot into the final. If you get 4, it's going to come down to overall score difference between you and Clive. Good luck. Here's your first question. I've heard about this card game, and I'm keen to learn how to play. I found out about it after discovering that the developers are the same company that owns the Dungeons and Dragons IP. What are they called again? Wizards of the Coast, Knights of the Realm, Beasts of the Jungle. 10 seconds. Well, that's fine. Correct answer. Wizards of the Coast is the answer. Stilgar is currently on 9 for what it's worth. Clive is on 8. So if you can get 4, you're currently ahead of Clive. Oh, the dog's having a dream. He's doing his little yelps in his dream. It's very cute. And we go to our next question on Magic the Gathering. This game looks fun, but I'm worried it will burn a hole in my wallet. Therefore, I'm only looking for cards with the common rarity symbol. What is that symbol's colour? Is it black, grey, or white? 10 seconds. Welcome to the game, Raspberry Floof. And that's time. Correct answer is black. Black. Common rarities are designated as with the black colour. Grey is something else, and why one of them presumably uncommon and one of them presumably rare. I've never played Magic the Gathering, so I haven't got a Scooby-Doo myself. Clive also getting that one wrong. So at the moment, Stilgar, you are on 3, I think. So if you get this one right, you will be in the final, I think. If you get it wrong, then you'll be going out, and it will be Clive in the final. Let's see what happens. Final question. I read about that unique copy of the card The One Ring from the Lord of the Rings themed set that the owner sold for $2 million in 2023. Remind me, which rapper did they sell it to? Was it Logic, Post Malone, or Lil Dicky? 10 seconds. Yeah, nothing seemed to register this end, Clayton. Apologies for that. And that's time. Raspberry Floof, welcome to the stream as well. The correct answer, Post Malone, and it's a correct answer from Stilgar, which means you've got to 4, and we get a moment to see if my logic is working. Because Stilgar has managed to match Clive's 4, and we have turned you around, despite you surviving, which means we've reached the pack limit, which means my logic is working in that regard, so we need to eliminate you from the spotlight, Stilgar. Both Stilgar and Clive managing to get 4 out of 6 rather pleasingly in a symmetrical game here. Stilgar has the highest score count, so the logic should dictate Stilgar comes back into the spotlight, but let's find out. Good. Well, it doesn't guarantee it, it just means if it was an RNG between the two of them, but Clive is first alphabetically, so if it was defaulting to alphabetical order, then it's acting correctly. So at some point, I will go and check that logic and see that it's doing the right thing. But Stilgar, you are in our Spotlight Arcade final 4 more questions. And look at this. It's updated the floor. So I've only got 4 lights there now. Amazing. I forgot it did that. Brilliant. Oh, that's very, very pleasing. Because, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the floor gets updated. 4 sausages. Indeed. Right. 1 question on each of those categories. Players who wrote those questions, if you authored those questions, you can answer them and get points. You won't be given them automatically, but likewise, you won't be frozen out. So, do attempt them. Good luck, Stilgar, for the Spotlight Arcade. Here's your first question. On Songs of the Sea by Ardenfets. Capstan shanties, one particular subcategory of sea shanties, are named after a device that serves what purpose? Hauling rope, steering the rudder, plumping water. 10 seconds. There are 5 sausages. There are indeed. It is a technological marvel, or a technological marvel. I've had a Scooby-Doo on this one, but the correct answer is hauling rope. 18 of you getting that. Very well played, including Stilgar. Capstan shanties, as it bore out in the research, are to do with hauling rope. Well played. There's 1 light. Let's take another. Kinky Boots by Colin. Cyndi Lauper was nominated for 2 Tony Awards for Best Original Score for Kinky Boots, and which show? Which other show? The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson musical? Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark? Or SpongeBob SquarePants, the musical? 10 seconds. The fact that all those 3 are musicals makes me happy that this is the world I live in. The correct answer, SpongeBob SquarePants the musical. Just 12 getting that one right, but Stilgar was among them. Very well played. Yes, Cyndi Lauper wrote the music to SpongeBob SquarePants the musical. Well played. 2 more. Go to Pentatonics by Ardenfets again. Playing the Canadian team, Pentatonics had a cameo in the 2nd instalment of which film series, also centred around an a cappella competition? Was it Glee, Pitch Perfect, or High School Musical? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Pitch Perfect. Wrong answer there from Stilgar going for High School Musical. Glee was a TV series and not a film. Mitch Grassi did actually have a walk-on, but it was a non-singing part in one episode of Glee, but also TV show, not a film. Yeah, High School Musical. I love High School Musical. I've never seen Pitch Perfect, but I think that's where the Cup song comes from. And I think it's Anna Kendrick in Pitch Perfect. It's about the limit of my knowledge on that. It's the wrong answer, so we've got 2 out of 3 and one more question for you, Stilgar. Take a look at this on A Beginner's Guide to Magic the Gathering by Plujogging. Now I've got a hang of the core mechanics, I'm going to give that really popular Magic format Elder Dragon Highlander a try. What name does everybody else call it again? Is it Master, Commander, or Far Side of the World? 10 seconds. Oh, what a great question. Clap, 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 clap. Of course, Master and Commander Far Side of the World is a film, I think. Is it Russell Crowe or Ewan Grufford in it, possibly? But yeah, I think we can readily dismiss Far Side of the World, but the correct answer is Commander. Commander is the style of Elder Dragon Highlander is commonly referred to as. And that is the end of this very little game of Spotlight Arcade, and at the end of all of that, Stilgar finishes with 3 out of 4. Well, that was all very charming, wasn't it? And yeah, Stilgar, 3 out of 4. I will put an adjustment on the leaderboard strat to indicate that it was an arcade game, so it doesn't just look like you've got 3 on the board. I mean, it will say 3, but the rest of the leaderboard doesn't indicate that it's out of 10. So I'll just do a little override on the name strap saying it was arcade and it was N out of 4. Spotlight final twice in a row. I know, very pleasing indeed. But yeah, hopefully that was fun. A nice little fun game at the end of the night, and just hopefully we got some of the raiders who came to come and join in that. But if not, it's been fun to do anyway. Let's take a look at the final scores overall, and that's been ripped to the drive. Fetz Rios picking up a gold medal, Conrad Alec, Stilgar, and no thanks getting a silver. Matt, Spot is light, Clayton, and is this Krista Mays getting the bronze with 12. Not a bad hustle out of 16 questions. Very well played indeed. And they will be converted into pennies at the rate of, is it times 25, I think? Probably says on your devices by now. Oh, it's by 10. Oh, how mean. Mind you, it was only oh, crap, let's not click that window. It was only a 30-minute game, so times it by 10, some extra pennies for you. Yay. I suppose there's normally a lot more questions, aren't there? So you normally up in sort of the 30s for the medals. Anyway, I'll come to the camera just to wrap up, and then we'll find a raid target, pick a raid message, and that will be the end of stream for tonight. Thank you for the suggestion to do spontaneous spotlight. It's nice, just a little game. I don't think I'd have gotten through 10 packs, but 4 is a nicely round number. Congratulations again to Stilgar. Thank you to all the writers, and I'll see you on the cam for close down. You've been playing Spotlight. I'll just start making see you next a thing. No, I don't want to do that. See you after the credits. And apparently Spotlight just didn't want to scroll all the way to the top, probably because there weren't that as many writers. So she's going to stop halfway at the bottom. I should have accounted for that in the animator, actually. But because, yeah, the credits, the author credits are generated dynamically. But it should auto-size. And the fact it hasn't worries me, so I'm going to have to go and take a look at that in case we ever do a shorter game again. Anyway, good fun there. And I think I've still got 15 packs of Spotlight left. So all good fun. And that sums up this night nicely, actually. All good fun. It's been great tonight. Moneybox was intense experience for Inca and Zeus, I think, at the beginning. Intense for me because I was worried about the software and obviously the gameplay changes, but it seemed to go reasonably well. I was very happy with it. Looking forward to seeing it again next Saturday. Just a reminder, I'm going to be here on Thursday with the pseudo finale. The penny prize draw will be there along with 3 games. Is it Plinko? Battlefront. Battlefront? No, we just had Battlefront tonight. What am I looking for? Oh no, it is Plinko. Yeah, Plinko, Danger Zone and Distinction on Thursday, which is will be really good fun, along with the penny prize draw. So that's the soft finale. And then, of course, next Saturday, raising money for Special Effect all day from 10 in the morning till midnight or possibly a bit later. Please come and join me for that. And spread the word. If you've got like-minded friends or even people who aren't really into quiz but fancy, raising some money, coming to support us, or maybe giving 1 or 2 of them a go, please do spread the word and bring some friends along because it's going to be an amazing day and it's going to just be wonderful. So please come along. For as much of the day as you can, and if you're in a position to do so, please do donate as well to Special Effect with the Tiltify link. More information available in the Discord over the coming week, I am sure. That is going to be the end of game night tonight. We are going to go and raid Ridicrash, I think, who's doing Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. And I need to pick a raid message. Spotlight Light is not usual. Wanker, Ben Bigger. 5 different views of the same thing. 20 million triangles of screws. Quite a lot of triangles. Rugged number generator. I think I've got to give it to AB Me. 20 million triangles of screws is what we're going with tonight. So let's go raid Ridicrash, who's playing Legend of Zelda, and we'll have a wonderful time over there. I'm going to do Pack Down. As ever, come join the Discord, come and hang out there, and any further thoughts or suggestions or comments, or just wanting to keep up to date on information, I'll be there. And I hope to see you there. That's going to be it from Game Night 4 this evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Thank you once again to all the writers for this evening, to Lewis for doing all of the proofing tonight. Most grateful to him. To all the admin team, the moderation team, and everyone who helps us work behind the scenes. I'm incredibly grateful to you. Have a fab rest of the weekend, whatever it is you're up to. I will see you I'll probably see you on Ash's stream on Wednesday for his chill stream on Wednesday. And then I'll see you next Thursday for the pseudo finale. And of course, next Saturday for the actual finale and the all-day charity stream. It's going to be a great day, and I hope to see you there. Until then, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe as always. You've been watching Game Night. I've been Royal Flush. Till next week, take care, peace out, and good night.